Welcome back. What is this episode, guys? What episode are we on? Number
Let's go.
12?
Like 11 or 12?
Episode number 12. And we got a good one for you guys tonight.
Yeah,
Another ripping celebrity, but now he's interstate. What? How do you say that?
Yeah, interstate celebrity. Bi-state.
Bi-state. He's more than just one. I think he's been a couple.
He's
different-
intergalactic.
You know what? But
Intergalactic for sure.
intergalactic. Hey, episode 12. Dominic, Risso, roll the intro. And there he is. What's up, dude?
Wow. Look at that.
Dude,
Man, you look great, man.
Thank you. So do you. So do all three of you.
Dominic was
That was
like,
a really cool intro. I didn't know what to expect. I was like, you're backstage. I was like, oh, cool. And I was
Hey,
just listening to you guys. It's cool.
So can you see us too when you're backstage?
Yeah, I can see you and hear you.
Okay. Sick, dude.
Pretty cool setup. I've never used this software before, but it's cool.
Yeah, StreamYard. It's pretty cheap too. I think I pay like $24 a month, and you get like all these like features, and it saves up to like 50 hours for you, so you can just download it straight off the
Oh, hell yeah.
platform and stuff. It's pretty cool. I
And
did
we're
it.
legit live.
We're legit live, dude. We're live and alive.
And we have so many viewers right now.
The views typically come afterwards. I think
Does
Bro,
it show on the site how many people are like tuned in?
right now we have one.
Okay. I'll take it.
Yeah, well, like Tim said, we have some podcasts that got whatever 100 something views or something like that. That's
Oh,
like our
nice.
highest. But
Awesome.
yeah, they're usually after the fact.
Yeah, it takes after. I don't think we've quite figured out a way to like
Promote it like live.
promote it during the
Yeah.
week. You know what I mean? So we're
Yeah.
still figuring it all out.
All that
Think-
networking shit is so hard.
Yes, it is. It's the hardest part for sure.
Pretty much why I just gave up trying to
Me
like
too.
make stuff because it's like
Yeah.
you can't compete with this shit. It's like people are doing it so quickly and
Tim's
so
really good at it.
much.
Tim keeps up really
Yeah.
well with that side of it. I've always been pretty bad at it. I was thinking though we should make a commercial, and I started one. I have a couple ideas, but I haven't been able to talk to you guys about it yet. But yeah, I got a commercial in the works, just so you know.
For this,
Well, we got the
For this, yeah.
film guy. We got the film guy right here. Have him shoot it.
I'm the film guy, bro. Dominic.
I know. Tim's like the new film guy. Like he surpassed
Well,
me a long
you're
time
a
ago.
YouTuber.
Yeah,
Dom actually made short films.
I'm just a content creator. I wouldn't. I'd love to
There you
make
go.
a movie though. Like it's like seriously like one of my lifetime like bucket list things is to like be in a movie at some point, even if it's
And I
like a
know
movie.
we talked about me being on this like a week ago, and I forgot about it, to be honest. And then you had texted me today, and it was like this whole last week I was thinking of like it'd be really cool to like film something, like anything. Like it doesn't even have to be anything like significant. Just to film something again would be really cool because it's been like probably like 2 years for me.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
I thought it was longer. That's not that bad.
No, it's not that bad. I think it's
Surprising
funny.
to me.
I think the last thing I filmed was like right before the pandemic started.
Okay.
And then like my
Crazy, 'cause
son
if
was
you-
born, so it just stopped.
Took
Yeah.
over. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
the How to Be a Man, right? The How to Be a Man series.
How to be a man and like how to be a homeowner and like Dom Talks movies and
Oh, I was following
some
that one.
other
What
some
happened?
other shit. But what's up?
Life.
Don
Oh
talks
yeah,
movies.
I mean
I loved it.
had a baby and like when the baby was born, I was just like, oh, I'll make Dom Talks movies about like the best movies about babies. And all I could really think of was like, look who's talking and look who's talking too. I was like, I could talk about that for like 20 minutes, easy.
Yeah.
And just like hold my baby while I'm doing it. And like that's an episode. That works.
The
But
first thing that popped in my mind was 3 Men and a Baby. Is that what it's called?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one too.
Isn't there
Yeah,
one where
there's a few. Baby
Boss
Geniuses.
Baby, Boss,
Boss
Baby,
Baby. That movie's
Hey, you
actually
know what,
pretty
though?
good.
Baby
fucking-
Jesus, my favorite baby.
Baby.
I mean, my
Jesus.
favorite Jesus.
Little Baby Jesus.
My favorite Jesus.
I guess I'll do this.
I was gonna say something. Oh, the hardest part. So you know what? I got some issues here. Let's see.
This is going to take me a second, but I'll get some headphones just like you guys.
I was gonna say the hardest part of just filming and stuff, is always just hitting the fucking button, the little record button.
Once you start going, it
Yeah.
runs pretty smooth, but you got to like have the motivation to just start.
Dude,
Yep.
my first YouTube video, dude, is so freaking cringe, dude. Like, it's bad. I'm like looking in the camera. I'm talking like this. Like, today we're gonna do this and this and this. And hey.
I know, because you're trying to like do the shit that everyone's doing, but it's like not you. So it feels weird.
Yeah. You kind of have to find that balance between being yourself and being that corny host or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Like,
See, but the thing is, if I would have never started, if I would have just overthought that part of it, like, oh, I don't want to be fake, I'm not going to do it, I would never be where I'm at now, right? I just said, fuck it. Finally, I was like, fuck it. You know what? If this fucking dude, I saw one guy on there and the video had like hella views. He had hella subscribers. And I was like, I could do what this guy's doing. Like, he's just sitting in front of his phone talking. Like, I can, I do all kinds of stuff. Like, I'm doing this stuff these guys are making videos about. And I'm like, I know some stuff. So I just started. And I'm so glad I did, because I've learned
stuff
so
to
much.
talk about.
Yeah, that's how I got like into it. I was like, dude, I know stuff.
Well, you're the type too. Once you start something, you dive into it and learn it. Where I feel like I could be a character on YouTube, but I don't want to put in the work to learn how to edit and
edit's the most time.
Yeah, create the content.
Hell yeah, editing is way the most time consuming.
I have to assume the same goes for music. Like, you can record shit however much you want, but like actually getting it fine tuned and like getting it to be actual music, like, it's so much fucking time.
I would say that kind of matters though, because Tim is like he can record something in one take or one whatever, and it'll be good, and you won't need to really do much to it. Or even if you don't want it to sound that good, which is the thing that Tim is like kind of into too, is like, we don't need it to sound perfect. We just need it to sound like good or raw or whatever. Like
organic, you know what I mean?
Organic,
I want it to be organic.
So much. Sometimes we go overload on production for sure. Like
a lot of times with like not nowadays, but back in the day, it was just like I feel like just capture like whatever is on the track, I want to be able to do live, and that might just carry over from like the rock and roll like band phase. You know what I mean? Because it was like, well, we can't do that, because how are we going to do that live? You know what I mean? So,
you overproduce something and then you can't reproduce it live. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like you have auto-tune is a lot like filters on your phone. When people send pictures, it's like, that's not real. Like, once I see you in real life, I know that's not you. And so
however,
like auto-tune and producing is kind of that way.
However, dude, with YouTube and the ability to learn anything you want, these guys have figured out how to live feed the auto.
Oh yeah.
Which I can't seem to figure out, because like I would love to record and hear myself in auto-tune as I'm recording, like, because then you're like, it's like you're in a new dimension almost. The creativity is like, I can't even imagine what would happen, because I don't know. Just like kind of with YouTube, right? I don't never imagine that I'd learn what a call to action is and how to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to learn these things that make me money now. So like, I don't know. I just feel like if you try it, then it's like you'll learn something else inside of there. Even if it's like something you desert, you'll still pull away some kind of like wisdom out of like trying.
I'm 100% sure I can learn how to do that in like 10 minutes, Tim. We can do that next time for sure.
Let's try to figure it out.
I know I can. Because I kind of know how to auto-tune, but I could just look it up and figure out how to record in auto-tune for sure.
Dude, why don't Joseph and I fly out to New Mexico and we film a music video?
Fuck yeah, dude. It's all desert out here.
So we could do it
Mark's
in the garage.
Coming too, obviously.
Yeah.
And Marty. Dude,
I'll be Dom's hand, I'll get him his coffee.
Just like get the boom mic.
Yeah.
Hey, so just for the record,
I could be a gaffer.
You could be a fluffer too.
I was gonna say a fluffer. You're talking about being his hand. I thought of like you're gonna jerk him off. Like
it always goes that way.
Always,
like I can't.
I was
think
hoping
of
it would go that way. It's just so weird. Like I mean, we all grew up in the same town. We all grew up around the same people. We all have what I would assume is like the same kind of sense of humor. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, I still find the same shit funny. And it's so weird because I don't really have anyone around me that's from that area, that world. So I'm like, is this cool still? Like, is it okay if I say this? And like, I was hoping that on this podcast, I'd be able to like just be me.
Oh, absolutely. Dude, this motherfucking
really
podcast is us just being ourselves. Like, we already agreed that we'll probably get canceled because we use like the words like fag and retarded. You know what I
mean? We try not to.
We try not
to.
No,
we don't. I don't try not to at all.
I try to do it.
I'm just saying, you know. I mean,
this isn't every shot.
You know, no, that's what this is for. Because to be honest with you, like both of my channels aren't really authentically me. You know, they're like the Disney version.
You're a character. Me.
Yeah. So like my original channel is like a Disney version of me, right? The family friendly version, and then my work channel is just like it's just totally. It's me. But like it's not me. There's
I totally get that, and you have to do that because you have to cater to your audience. You know, like you have to be a certain person. Like I tell people all the time, like everybody is an actor. When you go to work, you're a different character. When you go to the store, you're a different character. When you're at home, you're a different character. But it's funny because like when you're doing your videos and you're like this character, it would still be pretty funny if you're like, now we're gonna paint this wall because it looks gay as fuck. Put some teeth on that shit. Fuck.
Dude, I don't know, because that'd be like going. Let's say you're like a barista, right? And then somebody comes up, like, "Here's your motherfucking coffee, you retard! I can't believe it." You know what I mean? 4 pumps of fucking whatever. Like Jesus Christ, like you lose your job, dude. You know. So essentially, I work for my audience, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then your gay audience, you know, you don't want to offend them, and then they
just kind of hope they're like the cool kind of gay that are like they call themselves fags, you know?
Yeah. Like I have gay friends, gay family members. They don't get offended when I say they're being fags. I only call them fags when they're being fags, dude. It's like, you know,
it's that Louis C.K. bit, right?
Yeah. He's like, I have gay friends. I
only call people a fag when they're being a fag.
Yeah, he's like, if he's not being a faggot, then I have gay friends, and I never call them faggots unless, of course, they're being faggots.
Yeah.
I call
refer to someone from Phoenix as Phoenicians. Like, shut up, fag.
You're not that important to be called a Phoenician.
A Phoenician.
Like, who do you think you are?
If we do go to the desert and film a music video, the thing that comes to mind when you say it's just a desert is Post Malone blew up off a video of White Iverson where he's literally just in the desert with a white car driving around him.
Oh, really? I didn't know
that's what really like skyrocketed him. And it's funny, it's just him in a desert and there's a car like doing donuts and he's sitting on the hood. And that's it. Just in a fucking flat desert, dude.
I'm pissed. In Nevada, you know, we're a high desert or whatever. But there used to be just this empty lot that was a chain link fenced off that had an old sign, a tall ass like neon sign that said live music. And that was, I wanted to shoot a video like breaking into there or, you know, hopping the fence and shooting the video. And they tore down the sign. So now I'm pissed because I missed my time. I'm always too late.
That sounds really cool.
We could always make a cheesy one, do it in front of the green screen, and then we could like get creative, you know.
We could recreate that situation pretty easily.
And just throw hell of lights or overlays and shit, and just make it look all fucking crazy.
Light show, fog machine.
So you know, I have an idea for the song, and it's actually recorded. It would be pretty simple to do. It's an old one, and it's kind of like not a good representation of what we can do, but the song Not the Only One, I have this idea in my head for a video, and basically the video, essentially, we would never be in it looking at the camera and rapping ever, not the entire video, right? Instead, what I wanted to do, when I brought this up before, but it's like kind of complicated to explain, but so what I picture is the music video is essentially the Not the Only One is a story, right? And then in the video, there's like a scripted movie happening, right, with subtitles. So even though the video is playing the music and you're watching the video, the actors in the video are talking, but it's just subtitles, right? And then sometimes the the lines for the actors will line up with some of the lyrics. You know what I mean?
That's pretty cool.
So it'd be like the chorus says,
cool.
"I'm not the only one." Like, you know, it'll cut to the actor, be like, "I'm not the only one," but they're like not looking at the camera; they're looking at the other actor essentially.
That's
Yeah, I was supposed to be in this. What happened? It was supposed to be in like a restaurant setting, right? And then like you would have a table with both of them, and then a table with.
Yeah, you were supposed to be the main male in the role, and then we were gonna have a female.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. Yeah, because I came up with the idea like when I first wrote it, because I could like see it in my head, you know. So then the idea was start off like, for example, in my house, arguing with the significant other, and then one person leaves, and as he's walking, he passes up like Danny Boy's house, and Danny Boy has like a big glass window in front of his house, so it'd be cool to like the perspective is following me as I'm walking, but then like I walk past the camera, and then the camera zooms into that house and shows like a similar problem going on, right? Maybe not like a breakup, but something, right? Some kind of conflict.
Argument.
And then, like, he'll walk out the backyard, and then like the camera kind of goes over the backyard fence and then into another house and kind of shows like that's or a coffee shop or like a car or like something, right? Just kind of
car would be kind of cool
to move the story around. Like I'm not really
every couple can relate, or every person can relate to being like in an argument with your girlfriend in the car. Like, I feel like that's where like many arguments have happened for sure for me personally.
Oh yeah,
that's like when relationships change, like in the car.
Yeah. Divorces happened. I wonder how many divorces happened. What's the statistic on that?
A lot.
Here, let's look it up just for fun. I don't even know.
Just look it up. How many people get divorced in a car?
Like that's like a statistic that they got people working on. Like
I'm sure there's somebody who did a study on that shit.
Scientists, you know.
I bet a lot of people break up over like significant events too. Like if you're trying to plan like a birthday party or a
wedding.
Oh yeah,
a wedding.
It's so funny because a wedding is when you're planning a wedding with the person you're planning to marry. That really does test like the strains of the relationship.
I bet it does.
And I mean, it usually works out, but I don't know.
I'm sure there's been some couples that were in love before they decided they wanted to get married, and they wanted to get married, and then during the process of getting the fucking DJ, and they got a big ass fight and decided, never mind, we don't want to get married anymore. I don't know why funny? The DJ was the.
I know, like, I want fucking Latin music. No, I want classic rock.
You realize
it's over. We're not compatible.
Yeah.
I felt like I had a little bit of beef with my wedding DJ just because I told him I didn't even give him much direction. I was like, you do your thing. Like, this is the kind of music we like. People have requests, go for it. I was like, the only songs I don't want to hear are We Are Family and YMCA.
I love that.
I know. I was just like, I'm not feeling it. Like, I hear it all the fucking time, trying to be like different. Like, my wedding's gonna be cooler. And then he made a point to like get on the mic and say like, all right, everybody, we're gonna dance. Just to let you know, there's gonna be no YMCA and no We Are Family. And the whole crowd was just like, what the fuck?
Like if he would have never said anything, nobody would have noticed.
Yeah, dude, like what I meant was like if someone comes up to you and is like, play YMCA, be like, yeah, I'll get right on it, and then just don't play it. Like you don't have to tell everybody. So everyone like turned on me. They're like, oh, what the fuck? Like
those are too classic.
Yeah. No Journey and no Friends in Low Places. That's it,
Yeah, I know.
I DJ'd weddings for a very short amount of time in my life when I lived in San Diego. I probably DJ'd like 8 or 9 of them. I wasn't the DJ, but I helped out. I was like the DJ helper or whatever. I was getting paid like $150 for every wedding. Man, these fucking weddings were so lame and exactly the same, and it really made me like disrespect weddings even more than I already had no respect for them. Like it was like so boring, and everybody was exactly the same, and I don't know. And I know it was like, I don't know. It was bad. It was just, it made me like really realize how unoriginal everyone is.
Yeah. And that's why my attempt to be original was saying,
there you go.
You know what? We're not doing those 2 songs.
Yes.
That whole, this tradition, that tradition, like, let's do something different. And then I realized like, no, people like that shit.
Yeah.
Like the audience,
like the average the public in general likes
like,
that shit.
Your aunt likes that shit.
Yes, exactly.
And
exactly.
I felt like I betrayed my aunt. So I was like, fucked up. I should have just
This
let him play
also-
YMCA.
This also makes me look forward to Mark's wedding because I know it's not going to be Sweet Child of Mine, fucking Friends in Low Places, and fucking
Well, that's
We
the
Are
funny
It might
Family.
be. It might
It's
be.
no, it's all like, you know, because I'm punk rock and ska or whatever.
Exactly.
But it's
exactly.
it's gonna be like 50s, 60s, maybe some 70s. You know, it's
Classic.
like,
It's like Hawk 4.1.
I'll throw in
Classic
some
rock.
punk rock, but no, it's gonna be more you know, Otis Redding and shit like that. Like, because that's what, like,
Sounds awesome.
when we're like cleaning the house and stuff and we'll sit there and listen to this and then like take a break and dance in the kitchen, like to like old I said dance.
I did like it was such a corny picture in my head that I got.
Sorry.
It was like straight like 90s like what do you call it? Romantic comedy, like dancing in the kitchen.
I like
dude.
that though, man.
Like
I
you're
think
Paul
that'd be
like you're
good
Paul Rudd or
soundtrack.
somebody.
Yeah. I wish I was Paul Rudd. Shit. But yeah, like we sat there and like talked about it, and I was like, well, I could just do like Me First and the Gimme Gimmes the whole time because I do a bunch of cover songs and it would be punk rock. But then I was like, nobody wants to hear that really. Like nobody, and no one's going to be on the dance floor. So it's like, the music that she enjoys punk rock as well, obviously, but like what other people would like and what we enjoy and enjoy together without moshing or skanking, you know?
Well, that's what
Could I-
matters most is what you guys enjoy together anyways.
Oh,
So,
Yeah.
Can I make a request?
Yeah, bonus track at the wedding. Let's
No,
go.
please, no bonus tracks. No, I wanted some folk music like Trampled by Turtles, Devil Makes Three, Dead South, Billy Strings, shit like that.
Maybe Days and Days. They're folk
It's like
punk.
it's like punk rock. It's like punk rock music for rednecks, dude.
No, it's punk rock got old. That's all it is. Folk music nowadays is just punk rockers that got old. Our
With the
country
shit.
musicians,
Yeah,
you know.
but that's what I like to listen to at work now because it's like fast paced. I'm so sick of like the Eagles and Led Zeppelin. Like I'm so
sick of the
over that, dude.
Eagles.
I've been listening to that on the job site, for like 30 years, dude. Like I'm so over it, dude. I'm so over it. Hey, Dominic. Oh, that was weird. Go ahead.
That was weird. Can you just like kind of walk me through Black Fury too? Just like the whole concept and what like how we started it and
yeah. So the reason that the good one, Black Fury 2, was called Black Fury 2 was because the first Black Fury was made in high school where Donald had a class, or Spanish class, I'm assuming, and he opted to film something instead of writing something. I think I kind of just I don't want to say I took credit for it. I'm just saying I kind of put it out there into Rip and High that can we make a movie instead of write something? And most teachers were down with it.
that's pretty cool.
So it became a thing. And then it became a thing where I was helping people film their homework assignments.
That's hella
and it
cool.
wasn't even for me. So it's okay, you get an assignment out of it. I get to film something. Everybody wins.
Yeah.
And for Donald's Spanish thing, we did a thing called Black Fury where it was all like a Spanish cop drama. And we were in the church lot behind my mom's house. We'd run down those hallways and up those stairs and everything at a Calvary church. And we filmed this whole thing of just doing it all in Spanish, Santos, you're going down, but you just have it in Spanish. And then we'd have a segment of his video where we would prank call people from high school in Spanish. So we would call them and be how big is your dick or whatever, but in Spanish. And then people would be like, what?
Grande pito. I don't know.
Pito.
Grande pito.
And it turned out to be pretty funny. And it was I basically filmed that on a VHS tape and handed it over to Donald and be like, "Go ahead, you can turn it in."
Wow,
It
and that
just
was
fun to
Black
do.
Fury, and that was called
the
Black
first
Fury.
one. Yeah,
Okay.
it was me, him, and I think Josh Shockey might have been in a part of it. I feel like he wasn't a part of it. And then when we moved into the house in 4th Street, I was like, I already made Black Fury 1, so let's make Black Fury 2 and keep the whole cop drama part of it, but not have it in Spanish. Because like growing up, my favorite movies were like these cop, like Burt Reynolds movies, like chasing a guy down the street and like slamming him into a car and like, you know, all that shit. Like in Black Fury 2, there's a whole segment where you're just slamming my head in the fridge. And it's just so like, there's no reason that like a person would let someone just slam the thing on their head like over and over again, but we did it for like a minute straight.
I remember that, yeah.
And it just turned out to be really funny. And like also what I think is one of the funniest things to do in anything is to get a shot of someone screaming no and then do that big zoom out from like we were on the roof and we filmed you and zoomed out.
That was
like,
so fun.
so
that was
good.
so fun to scream like that. What about the knife part? Remember how hard we laughed about that? About the knife? Like we laughed forever. Oh, that was the
It was
best.
funny because like I remember in the kitchen you just kept on like wanting to flip the knife around and catch it, and I was like so fucking nervous. I was like, oh shit, he's gonna fucking stab himself. Like I'm gonna get it on camera. It was so good. That was one of the best ones.
16 years ago. Jesus.
Holy
you fucking
shit.
Believe that?
So, dude, I was looking for the Black Fury trailer, but I couldn't find it.
I think it's gone, dude. The last remains of it were on MySpace. And then MySpace just cleared it the fuck out, and now it's gone.
I thought Justin Timberlake was going to bring that back, just like he brought Sexy back.
I did hear that he was gonna bring it back and shit. Dude, this shit is gold, dude. You know what I've noticed is kids like Emma's age, they love shit that looks like this, that looks old. But
the 90s, they love it. They love the 90s.
They are fucking obsessed with the fucking 90s, dude. It's insane, dude.
Yeah,
it's the cycle, dude. Like when I was in high school, my 70s. Senior year, I remember people being into the 70s like a lot.
Yeah. I said the same thing. I was like, dude, I remember being, it was like a 20-year gap, and I remember the 70s was cool, being like, oh man, I wish I was alive in the 70s, you know what I mean?
Well, being a bartender, I meet a lot of 21, 22, 23-year-old kids, and like once in a while it'll be like, you're 40? Oh shit, so you like grew up in the 90s? Like, what the fuck? Like, you know,
what was that like?
Yeah. And I'm like,
so it's pretty cool, man. I loved the era that we grew up in. I wouldn't take it back for anything.
No, so we were lucky as fuck to grow up in that era.
Yeah. I watched we were talking to Emma because Emma and her friend Elias are gonna make a zombie movie, and they've been like writing up like shot lists and script now for like a year. They've been working on it, and I showed her your stuff, so I was like, oh, you know, I did something I had a friend who used to make, so I showed him the Dom Hates John. So we watched the whole Dom Hates John series on the way. Like, so good. I forget where we were going. We had a long ass drive, and dude, Emma was fucking laughing so hard, dude. Like it is still so it holds up, dude. Well, like
that's awesome.
Still to this day, it's still
that's hella
so
cool.
Fucking funny.
I love that. I love those episodes so much because, I mean, it's especially funny to people that know me and John because it's the complete opposite of our relationship. Like. I'm emotionally abusive towards him. I'm like hitting him all the time. Like I hate him. Like Dom hates John. Like I hate fucking John. And it's so funny to do that for me because it's like, this is so funny because like I love John, man. Like he's like my best friend. Like I would die for him.
Dude, it's so funny, dude.
It's like this weird cathartic thing you could do. It's like I could just beat the shit out of my like best friend and like we're still gonna be friends at the end and it'll be really funny to watch.
Dude, I've seen it like dozens of times, and I stood that, dude. Literally, this is probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago. We watched it, and Sarah, me, and Emma were all fucking laughing so much, awesome. Dude. The fucking part with dude, it's so good.
Oh yeah, because you were in the last episode with Andrew.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm in the last episode, but it's not gonna make any sense unless we watch the whole entire series. So we're in the car, so let's just watch it. So we watched the whole series together. Yeah,
I actually didn't put that together, but yeah, it's like a full arc.
And then I helped film, and it sucked because the fucking lawnmower. Somebody was mowing the lawn, and like none of us really like caught that. So like you filmed all of our parts, and then you were in the scene, so I was holding the camera for your scenes. So every time it would cut from John to you, it'd be like John talking, and then.
I think it's a huge understatement to say that hindsight is 2020. And when I watch some of my old stuff, I'm like, Dominic, you could have fucking done better with the sound. You could have done better with the lighting. You could have done better with the editing. Like,
dude, it's
in the moment, you're like, just don't give a shit. You're like, I'm lazy.
Such a learning process, though.
I don't think it's laziness,
and then
dude.
everything gets better and better, though. Like you progress, you know, like you learn.
I will tell you that it is laziness.
Really?
Because when we filmed Chivas Regal with Joseph and John, and we were driving to like the cemetery, there's a shot where we're driving on the freeway and all the background looks pretty good because the cars are blurring past you. And then there's a shot where you're talking to John and the truck is sitting behind your window just parked. And then it cuts back to John and you're driving on the freeway again. It's like, I could have just refilmed that single part and then it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But is there a copy of that somewhere, Dom?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's on Vimeo, probably. Yeah.
Dom, what were we shooting whenever it's me and I'm on the computer and I'm looking at pictures of naked Paul Walker? And like, and you walk around the corner and I'm like covering the computer like hella fast. Like
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's hella funny.
Can I send the link to a chat in this room? Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, send that. Send it.
So I'm gonna send that video, and this has got Tim, Joseph, myself, and a lot of people actually. I'll just send it to you. This is a video just called July 2006, and it's actually got some footage from a movie I tried to film when we lived at 4th Street, and it just never came together. I just kind of gave up, but it's like a scene from that movie, and then there's also just like comedy shit between Joseph and Tim and I. It's the whole when Joseph and I come over to the house and we're like, "You got any movies? Like, you want to watch a movie? Like, you got what is it? You got anything with Emilio Estevez or anything with Mario Lopez?"
Dude,
does this ring a bell at all?
I totally know what you're talking about. It's a little off subject, but I have a question. Were you there whenever Nikki was asking everyone what their favorite color was? And my cousin Matt was there.
Me?
Remember what he said? No, Dom.
Remind me.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were there or not, but we laughed about it forever. So Nikki's like asking like John what color. John's like, oh, purple, and then yours is blue, right?
Yeah.
Your favorite color is blue, and then mine was green. And she asked Matt what his favorite color was because she was going to draw something for each of us. And he pointed at the microwave, and the microwave was white. He goes, white. Like, he just looked at the first thing he saw and, like, chose that as his favorite color because he was so uninterested in, like, the question itself. Like, he's all, white. Like, I don't give a fuck. Oh, man, it was the funniest thing ever.
Dude, I do remember that. That is so fucking good.
Let me know if the audio is working. Is the audio working?
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, did you guys bring pizza?
No.
I got a pizza time. I thought you guys were there. I'm not as happy to see you normally I would be because now you guys are.
Damn, I didn't know Tim was a skinhead.
Kill. What's up, dog?
The sheet to keep it cool in there.
It's a good movie collection.
Got a lot of movies. I like movies.
I like movies too.
No, movies.
Movies, yeah.
Boobies.
Fucking nipples.
Damn, were you guys even old enough to drink?
Barely.
I wasn't. I was 19.
Have you seen any movies lately?
I actually just bought a couple new movies. I'd rather watch the classics.
Damn, Tim, you look like you should be in American History X, dude.
Maybe I was.
Maybe we were trying to
Dominic's
film
on
American
here.
History Why.
Hi, Sarah.
Dommy Wommy loves your mommy.
Hi.
Hi, Sarah.
Sarah.
Oh my God.
There
I
he
haven't
is.
seen
He's
you
right
in so
there.
long.
Look at
I
him.
know.
Look at
How
him.
are
She's
you?
drunk.
No.
Sarah's
Are
drunk.
you drunk?
No.
You're
No.
drunk?
I'm
Cheers.
good there.
The way you
Cheers.
keep saying no makes me think that you're drunk.
She's drunk.
Sure you're not drunk?
On a Wednesday, guys.
She just got back from the wine
I
bar.
don't know.
Or whatever. Is it fun?
Yeah.
There's Zelda.
Yes.
Zelda's not drunk.
No, she's not
Never.
drunk.
Or is she?
Or
Oh, you know what's
are you?
funny is like this stuff we were watching that video, Sarah filmed a lot of it.
Oh, do you remember
We
filming
have
this?
pictures. Yeah,
Oh, there's pictures from that?
from probably that day.
Really?
Wow.
It was a great night, man. It's fucking awesome.
Oh, July 6th,
Wow.
2006.
2 days before my birthday in 2006. Wow.
You know what we did?
It's a
that
time
night.
capsule. dude.
night? Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, what
Really?
happened?
Yeah,
what?
what
That
happened?
night?
What happened?
So my sister and Justin Dewar were also there this night?
Oh, really?
Is this
I
the
don't
night
know.
that is this the night where we did some schmacking?
What?
I don't know what
I
that
don't
means.
know.
I have no idea.
Are
what
you
that
asking me or are you telling me?
means. Who smacked who?
Whose footage is this?
This is on Dom's page. It's like a little skit that we did. I don't know what.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
not
for
this
sure know
exact
that
day,
Sarah
but it
filmed
was-
it.
It was around that time. I don't think it was this day.
The day I'm thinking of, Kimmy was there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she must have been, yeah.
Look at Paul. He looks like John almost.
Yeah.
How crazy.
Wow.
What do you mean?
So wait, so
almost?
Kimmy was there, and then what happened?
M-Dog was probably at work or something or sleeping.
I don't know.
Honestly,
How long
yeah.
ago was this? Is this over the?
2006.
2006.
So is that when is the statute of limitations?
Oh, shit.
Damn, this must be some juicy information.
I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm out.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow, it's that bad?
Hi,
Okay, I guess
Sarah.
we'll wait. We'll talk about it off air then.
No, we
can't-
just we did a little partying like we used to back in the old days, where you use pacifiers and stuff to kind of like help with the
Oh,
whole
hell yeah.
process
Light
and
sticks.
lights. You do kind of do this stuff, you know.
Oh, and we did that. Me, you, and my lady, and Sarah, and
No,
people?
not Sarah.
oh, okay.
I think it was my sister. It was a different night. I'm pretty sure. It was a different
Okay.
night. I'm not even- yeah. You guys want to
Okay.
watch the rest of this? Here, let's watch the rest of this.
I want to watch Chivas Regal.
Chivas Regal. That's the black and white one, right?
Paul Walker. Try calling Pharrell Samuel L. Jackson hella cool shit. Paul Walker, you asked for him in a movie.
So wait, pause it real quick.
Anything with Emilio Estevez.
Try sheep, bro.
David Allen Greer.
Oh,
what are we?
dude.
Okay.
Dude.
Yes,
What are we
why
doing
not?
right now? Okay, what are we
Joseph,
doing? What is happening right now?
Joseph,
Yes.
David Allen Greer. The whole joke about that started at that house because you were watching Lost in
Yeah.
your bedroom.
Yeah, I remember.
I think Kimmy was watching it or
Yeah.
someone was watching it.
Yeah, yeah,
And-
yeah.
Jack on the show comes on. He's like this handsome. You guys know who Jack is. Matthew Fox, handsome, shaved head, white
White
guy.
guy. Yes.
Joseph walks in, looks at the TV. He's like, "Is that David Allen Greer?"
Wait, you did that's my move, Paul. You stole my train. Is that where I got it from? Did I get that from you? That's like my move, dude.
The most non-David Allen Greer person that you could see on TV.
Possibly imagine.
It's like a
Dominic,
white guy.
does this video have the Paul Walker thing in it?
Yeah, it's just you just have to fast forward to like maybe the middle part of it.
So what are we doing here? We're like shouting out names.
It's all just improv
Oh.
shit. We're like, what if we just do a skit where like we're those two guys that come over and want to watch a movie, but we only have obscure taste.
Yeah.
So like, we want to
That's
watch
why
like,
we're
Men at
asking.
Work.
So we're asking for Emilio Estevez, David Allen Greer, Rick Moran. We're like, do you have any movies with these guys in them?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That would have been the apartment was because I had all the VHSs. That's how I spent my Friday night. I know this dates me, but I was the guy who went to Blockbuster and went into the $5 bin and just bought VHSs. And that's how I found, you bring up Emilio Estevez, that's how I found Repo Man. And then
Classic.
Boondock Saints was a very random, like, just grab. And then that became a cult classic. But that was like, people would come to my room and be like, oh, let's watch a movie. And they're like, I've never heard of any of these movies.
Yeah.
So I always thought it was funny.
Yeah, that's
But it was
awesome.
cool too. It's
Like
always
that.
cool showing somebody, like with music too. You know, you show somebody something you're pretty sure they haven't seen and that they're gonna like, because it's not like anything else that they've ever seen. You know,
the first time I saw Boondock Saints was at your apartment, Mark.
Yeah,
and I remember that.
And I remember passing that one up like at least a dozen times in Blockbuster, and then finally read the back, and I was like, oh, it's two brothers who are vigilante Irish. I thought I was Irish at the time. Apparently I'm not. Thanks 21 and me.
I know, right?
I would have totally thought you were Irish.
Yeah,
me too.
So, well, that's what I was told. But
you have all the Irish features.
Yeah, I like to drink, fucking fight, but I'm only good at one of them. So,
well, your skin tone, your eye color, like your hair color, it's all.
I'm not Irish at all either. I'm
which is you're O'Loughlin.
I'm North and West European and South African.
But I picked up that movie because at that time I was like, oh, me and Tim, we're brothers and we're gonna be vigilantes. So I picked that movie up and finally watched it, and
then we became vigilantes.
None of that came true.
I feel like
we were not that cool.
There's an alternate universe somewhere where I watched Boondock Saints and was obsessed with it and decided to make a movie just like it with Tim and Mark.
Hey, let's go. Dude, I have a storyline about, and I've been trying to write it my whole life, basically, where we're in Arno's backyard, Arno Carpini, where we always joked about him, he's a mobster, and we're sitting at the tiki bar, and all of us are sitting there, and he's telling us his heydays, and then, some drug cartel comes into Ripon, and we're like, we can't let this happen. And so, like, our whole group of people, you have your enforcers, you have the leaders, you have blah, blah, blah. But I always thought that would be awesome. And then use all the Ripon bands as the soundtrack.
Yeah. That sounds so awesome.
Awesome.
I wish I could watch that.
It sounds like a lot of work.
It's all a lot of work. And actually, sometimes our ideas are always better in our own heads.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that about 99% of the things I've come up with. Like, this could never work. If it did, I wouldn't be the guy to be able to make it work. But it's fun.
It's the wrong mentality, man. You gotta change your mind. You gotta work on that mindset, dude.
But sometimes it works in your head, and then you try it, and it doesn't work on film. And then other times it just goes so perfect, it's just like exactly what you thought it was in your head, right?
Black Theory 2.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I've sat down and tried to write the story, and I've sat down and tried to write a script, and I get like a paragraph or something, and then I'm just like, what I'm doing. I have no clue what I'm doing.
So, did you ever get to the part where, like, you were thinking about, if you did film it, what people you knew would be certain characters? Like, did you write characters with certain people in mind to play it?
Well, yeah. Well, at the time, it was me and Tim were like the two leaders, but Arno was obviously the boss. Barry was like his right hand. But then you had all your characters. When I first started thinking about it, like Cody Moret, he was a shady dude of the group and stuff like that. So, like, I did have certain characters in mind, but once I started writing it down, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, it's funny because I was thinking about how when I was filming stuff in high school and I was writing scripts that I would eventually make a movie out of, I always had like people in mind, and I always knew that there were certain people that I grew up with that I was like, you would be a good actor. Like, you've never been filmed, but I know you could act. And So like when we made Hot Water my senior year, there's a bunch of people in it, and I was like, I need someone big and intimidating and that could deliver a line. I was like, do you think Mike Paxman would do this? And sure enough, asked Mike, and he was down. He was like into it, and it's just so cool to see Mike Paxman act like a mob boss and like beat the shit out of Reese Noble. Like he kills Reese in the movie. There's a scene where he punches Reese to death, and
He punches him to death.
I was just like I wanted to make like a cool like underworld crime movie, but it's a lot more difficult than it sounds. It never comes out as intimidating as you think it's going to. But it's like, dude, Mike is like, he looks scary, even though
he's the sweetest guy, but he can look very scary for sure. Absolutely.
If you know Mike, you know he's great to have on your side, and I'm glad that Mike likes me. But no, he's the sweetest guy in the world. But it's like in the movie, it's like, dude, you could play this part. Like this would be really fucking cool. And we put him in a suit and like did the whole thing, and it was so awesome.
That's awesome. And
hey, so Twitch Latch, isn't that Chris? Is that your friend Chris?
I believe so. I would assume so. And I wrote him. We got to get him on the show.
Yep. Get him on the shiz now. Sorry, I fucking interrupted.
Speaking of big and intimidating dudes, when is Mario going to become like a Marvel superhero? What's going on with that?
Oh my God, that guy
is massive. Holy fuck, dude.
It's like, it's so funny because he's always been like a big dude to me. Like in high school, he worked out.
He was the smallest dude ever.
Yeah, I know. He wasn't like wide at all.
But he was strong. He was fit.
He was always pretty fucking like cut though.
Scrawny. Yeah, he was always cut. Yeah.
No, he was scrawny until like junior year, I think.
He was skinny cut. Like he was so skinny that it looked like he had muscles.
When we played together on the talent show, Tim.
Oh yeah.
He was big already then. So however old he was then, which I'm guessing like 16, 17, he was all like by that point he wasn't skinny anymore. He was buff. Like I remember vividly.
He was buff, but he still had like a thin build.
Yeah.
But now he's just he's like enormous, dude. It's crazy. And every time I see him, it's like it's not intimidating because I'm really not intimidated by Mario. But that's only because I'm his brother and I know he would never hurt me. But yeah, look at this fucking guy. He's like
he does look like a superhero. He looks like a superhero.
Our super villain.
He's
like
so
Kingpin.
huge, dude.
See, I remember it was probably like 2014 or 15 in your guys' backyard by the church. We got busted smoking weed, which was hilarious to me because the cops were just like, "What are you guys doing?" And we're like, "We're smoking weed." But
okay, here you go.
In the backyard. But yeah, he's big there. But
so this is like
muscles.
This is probably like junior, senior year right here, I think. 2000-ish. Yeah, so senior year.
Yeah, definitely.
But he used to be smaller than me. Like
I believe
because he was younger. We boxed once, playfully. He beat the shit out of me. But I'm the type who does not quit. So he just bloodied me up and went, "All right, dude, if you're not going to stop, I'm done." So I was like, "All right, so you give up?" But
oh my God.
I feel like he's bigger than this even, right? He's way bigger.
Oh, he's bigger than that now.
Oh, for sure he's bigger than that, yeah.
I'm trying to find the most recent one where he got like 3rd or 4th place at that one event recently.
Did he got to meet Schwarzenegger?
Oh,
yeah,
right
isn't
here,
that cool?
Yeah, that's awesome. I don't know the other guys.
Yeah, that's him now.
That's him now, okay. Look at him. His arm's as big as my head.
Dude, he's fucking huge.
Wow.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah, I got you. Let's go. So close.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's he grew up. That's fucking
Cody.
How big he is.
I brought it up. You guys were talking about him, so I was like, "Oh, I saw a screenshot of him in this video," so I pulled it up.
Do you guys?
One of those things like you're trying to cast a certain looking person, a certain character, and I'm like, I need some guy to just get interrogated by a couple of dudes, and Cody like put on this New York accent and like went all out with it. And I was like, this is perfect. Like this is what I needed, and I got it. Even in in Bloodbath, there's a whole a montage of me just asking different people for like leads on how to find these people. And like, there's a shot of me talking to Donald in like the parking lot next to Nestle, which I don't even know. Is that still there in Ripon? Like that factory?
Yeah. It's still there.
So we went in that parking
area.
lot and got a cool shot of like the big like machinery in the background. And then I drove over to the taqueria and met Adam LeBlanc and Zippy and filmed them for a scene. So it was really cool just like knowing people in Ripon, like, hey, can you film something really quick? Like,
speaking of, I saw Donald today for the first time in years, hella years.
Oh yeah.
And
Okay,
he looked really good.
oh, he did? Good.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. We have never laughed so much. Like me and him and John were just like hanging out, laughing our asses off.
That's sick.
That's awesome.
It was
glad
awesome.
to hear that, dude.
Yeah, it was really cool.
So
hopefully that will be hopefully that'll be a trend that keeps going.
Oh yeah, that's good. I'm really glad to hear that.
Yeah.
So Dominic,
I haven't seen him in probably 15, 16 years.
so you remember when I first moved in with you guys at the 4th Street house?
Yeah.
And you remember how quickly you moved out afterwards?
So like,
Dude, everybody hated me, dude. I don't
no,
know
it
why.
wasn't even about that. That whole thing was just coming to an end. And I started dating a girl at that time, and I got really fucking dumb. And
that's what happens.
People do it, you know. It's a learning lesson. But I look back at it, it's just so cringy and like, fuck. Wish I hadn't
Roommates
have done
suck.
that.
Hey, but that goes
really
back
Roommates
a
are hard. Roommates are hard, and then when it comes
especially
to
when you're young
and you're in a relationship, so you have a girlfriend and you have roommates, that's when it gets really, really hard. Like, because I know I put you guys in positions you don't want to be in with my girlfriend.
Tim, you are a terrible roommate, always.
Nah, right. Tim's great. I love having Tim as a roommate.
You know what I thought was funny? So Mark was my very first roommate ever, dude.
Yeah,
and
we were. I was 20, he was 19 or something like that.
We had an apartment with like our own studio apartments inside of the apartment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
it was a party house. It was a party house that we didn't agree on what kind of party it was going to be.
Yeah, I was a drug party house and he was a beer party house.
Yeah.
But we made it work.
Everybody ate our food, drank our beer, didn't do dishes, didn't clean, and I was like, dude, I want girls over. You got like, if you're gonna have people over, we should have this place be kind of nice. Like,
well, my room was always clean, but anyways,
the girls that came over didn't give a fuck.
They also
I was gonna say the girls weren't very clean that came over.
I mean, they did give fucks, but
yeah,
they didn't give fucks.
Fucks definitely given.
Tim, you were a great roommate, but Dominic, man, what an incredible roommate. Dominic
I remember one time that we
had so much fun together.
Did the dishes one time, and like John used to put all the things on a towel, and then when you would go to grab a glass, it would smell like it would have that smell, like the wet towel smell, right? So what I did was I went and bought like a drying rack and like a little system, right? And John like hated that. He was like, it's like Tim's just coming over here and like taking over and blah blah blah. And I was like, he's fucking mad at me for that. And then
trying to help.
And then I got
dare you.
And then I came up on like a water dispenser, like an Alhambra with the jug and everything. And I was all jazzed. I was like, oh, sick, you know, like John and them are always buying bottled waters, you know, this will be sick. And then like I forget how I got a hookup somehow. So it was like free. I was like, oh, this is sick. And John was like, I don't like that. I like room temperature water only. I'm not going to drink that. Matter of fact, it's kind of like in the way. And I was like, all right, let's fucking cook it out. John just like punked me. He punked me all the time. He'd be like, hey.
Damn.
And then I remember one time he's like, hey, you're not like using my loomfa, are you? And I'm like, no. I'm like, no, I don't even use I just scrub with my hands, dude. You know, and he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, are you saying that because it's always in a different spot? And he's like, well, yeah, because I always hang it up right here. And when I go, it's always over here. And I'm like, that's my bad, dude. I always move it because I feel like you don't want my dirty body water going on your loomfa, so I move it, right?
Very thoughtful.
So then I don't know. So he just
Very
John
thoughtful
just-
of you.
He
Very
just hated
thoughtful
me,
of
dude.
you.
John hated me.
So I'm a-
I get
I have
it.
a question for all of you. Since Dom's a younger brother, Joe, Paul's an older brother, Tim's an older brother, I'm a middle brother, whatever. But do you ever feel like you're more responsible than the older or younger? Because Kyle is much more responsible than me.
Hell.
And I feel like John is much more responsible than
Well, that's
Not
because
even-
they
not
get to
even
look up to
close.
us and realize that we're fucking piles, and they don't want to be a pile because
Yes,
they've seen how much our parents, because they see how much we put our parents through. That's like Danny Boy.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Danny Boy hates the way his brother acts because he sees what it does to his mom. Right, as
Yep.
a kid, he's like, dude,
Yep.
I never treated my mom the way my brother did because I would like my brother and my mom get in a fight. He'd fucking take off, and I'd see how fucked up my mom would be because of it, right? So like, I never treated my mom like that, and that's just because, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of has something to do with it, you know.
Absolutely. I caused so much more stress for my parents than John ever did. Not even close. Like for sure. I'm sure he was looking at me going, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be this fucking idiot like him and cause all these fucking problems and stress.
Or he just got really good at not getting caught doing shit, you know.
No, he's way.
No, he didn't want to do anything.
Yeah.
I want to speak for him, but I'm pretty sure he didn't want to do anything.
Yeah,
John-
he was. I was
like-
trying to do everything. Like John wasn't trying to do all that stupid shit. I was. trying to
John
do.
was like 43 years old at like 17 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's funny though because like you guys all graduate. Did you guys all graduate the same year?
Mark
I'm
graduated a year before us,
Yeah, 1 year.
or
before
2
us.
years maybe. 1 year or 2 years.
One.
one.
And then
I'm not
my
that
brother-
old.
98.
My brother graduated with Tim and Joseph.
Yep.
Yeah.
So even though my brother's 5 years older than me and we're in the same generation, I do feel like you guys in your class and the people of your age just did stuff that we never even considered doing.
Oh, for sure. We were a lot crazier than you guys were. Like it wasn't
it's
even
like-
close.
It's not even that big of a gap. Like you're graduating high school while I'm about to go into high school.
Yeah.
It's like I should be
Yeah.
doing some shit.
Yeah.
Because even when you guys graduate, you're still partying and hanging out. And eventually
yeah.
I'll catch up and party with you guys, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I just
yeah.
never could get on your fucking level.
That's probably a good thing. That's
That
a
is
good thing.
definitely.
There,
that is
I was gonna say
absolutely a
there's
good
good thing. There's don't get me wrong. There's probably some shit you missed out on, but
Yeah.
but in the long
Well,
run,
Not all of it was beneficial. Let me tell
you'll
you.
live longer.
But I
You'll
Shit, I
remember
actually-
more.
I believe your brother was the first one to give me hard alcohol. I think we shared like a bottle of vodka one night or something. So I was barely drinking back then, but it was funny because we were all out skateboarding or something. He's like, "Here, I got some vodka." I was like, "All right, let's go." And then, but I was also trying to be the responsible one because everybody was like falling down drunk, and I was like, I've never done this, so I'm not going to do that. But then I became the falling down drunk one at a much later point than everybody else.
Hey, we've all been falling down drunk at some point. It's okay.
At some point, but it was like
It's a lot of
I think because Adam Elschloss, is that his last name? And then
Hey,
Zach
dude,
Farrell. We shared a 6-pack. That was my first drink. And then my first hard alcohol was with Mario. And I think Mike Paxton and Fozzie.
Do you remember what it was that you drank?
It was probably McCormick's vodka or something. Just some
Okay.
really cheap vodka out of a
Black
plastic
Wolf.
bottle.
Me was Parrot Bay was the very, very first alcohol I ever tasted, and then after that I got drunk. The first time I got drunk was off a Fireball.
Really?
Not Fireball,
Hot
some
Damn.
whatever old
Hot
That's
Damn,
what it was.
okay.
Hot Damn. Hot
That's
I was
Damn.
going to say Fireball. That doesn't
Yeah,
make
Hot Damn.
sense.
No,
I think
Hot Damn.
some of my first. Does Kahlua actually have alcohol in it?
Yeah.
Okay, I think
It's
that
it's
was
a liqueur.
So it's not really like a hard A, right?
No, it's probably like 15% or something
So
like
my
that.
first, so I think my first experience with hard alcohol would have been Jim Beam, because my grandparents were in the Jim Beam Club, and they collected all the decanters. You know how they used to have the porcelain decanters. So like it'd be like an Elvis statue, but it'd have a fucking cork in the
Yeah.
top, and it would be filled
My
with
grandpa had the same thing. Yeah.
And dude, they have hundreds of them, dude. And so one day we just all my two like sets of my grandparents both did this. So at one point, me and my cousin Bert, we fucking started checking them, and we fucking found some we drank. And dude, that shit kept me away from Hard A for a long fucking time. Some rotten ass fucking like shittiest whiskey you could ever imagine, dude. Just sitting on a shelf for 100 years, dude. It was so gross. Because there's like a little bit in there. Because they always drank the whiskey. There was never hella whiskey, but some of them had like just a little bit.
A little bit left.
Yeah.
The old ass small amount. Like the smaller it is, the more gross it's gonna be.
Oh, it was so bad, dude. And I don't think I did. And then probably, like you said, Paul, I think high school, maybe either vodka, but like I definitely remember having a relationship with hot damn and peppermint schnapps for sure.
Yeah.
And that shit is so gross.
Yeah.
It's so nasty.
I had such an amazing time though. I remember the first time I drank hot damn and got drunk. It was amazing. Like it was one of the best times of my life for sure.
I remember going to the football games. I remember I had my Cowboys parka, and I would
Parkas.
and we get two little, I guess, pints, or what's the one smaller than a half pint? So you get two little half pints, and I could just put them in my jacket. And so then I wanted to drink, I just pull it out, take a drink, pour it in the soda or whatever. I threw up a lot though drinking that stuff.
Dude, I remember. I believe I was with you, Tim, but our vice principal called me into the office. I forget his name. We were really good friends because I was always in the office. But there was a time that whoever was on the yearbook committee was like, "Hey, let me take your photo," and we were drinking and smoking at the football game, and they took a picture of that and then turned it in. And so he called me in. He's like, "Is this you?" I'm like, "It's obviously me." They're like, "Okay, well, we're gonna suspend you for 3 days." I'm like, son of a bitch.
That sucks, dude.
I was like, yeah. I was like, this is entrapment. That argument, it did not work.
I remember they did a senior video, and remember Paul and Dom. You probably don't remember, or you weren't. You came in after us, right?
Yeah, I was way before you, or way.
So on our senior, they used to do a senior video, right? And we sit in the multi-purpose room, and they put it up on the big projector, and they kind of went through all the like cliques, right? So like the skater clique, the jocks, the nerds, or whatever, and then like there was one really quick freaking shot of us, me, Armando, probably Joseph, Sopop, Mark Sutton. We're all up on the catwalk smoking weed, dude. And the whole place like erupted laughing. So, because everybody knew it was us, dude. So it was like, oh my God, we're in the senior fucking video smoking weed on the catwalk.
It's fucking awesome.
That's awesome.
I mean, there was no way to tell who it was. Like, only we knew it was us, you know, and whoever filmed it knew it was us. So there was no way funny for them to like get us in trouble, but everybody knew it was us, you know. But it was just because it's like from the ground way up, and you just see like 5 of us in a circle, and you see somebody like pass it and then blow smoke out, dude. It's so funny, dude.
Like they almost kind of accepted it, and the stoners were these guys.
It was just like, there's nothing we can do. Fuck, they're on their way out. And plus, dude, all my friends that were stoners, aside from maybe a couple, were all good students, you know. Everybody did good. I did good in school. Fucking everybody did good in school.
I guess gotta take a quick break, guys. I'll be right back.
Oh, he's got lady. He's gonna go cupcake.
Yeah. Well, that was funny. We kind of changed the dynamic from my class to yours, where the class above me, you know, had like Barry and Willie, and so music became a thing. And then my class had skateboarders. But we also had Ryan Noble and stuff. And so we started changing the dynamic because we all realized, hey, if we do well enough in school, people will leave us alone. Like, that's it. And then
I just realized I got my ass kicked by my mom a lot less if I did good in school.
Yeah. You were grounded less. And then
grounded.
And then the rollerbladers came in, and I just thought I was pissed at the time. Because all of a sudden the rollerbladers started dating cheerleaders. I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" And so it was weird to me to watch
the whole dichotomy changed.
So it was like jocks, and then skateboarders and musicians, and then rollerbladers and musicians, and that like we kind of changed Rippin' High as it was, because it was
it's cool because at first it was like conflict, right? Always
Yeah.
conflict. Rocks cause pussies, they're faggots, whatever. And then,
Mhm.
but within a couple of years, like 2 years, everybody was just cool. Like everybody
Yeah.
was homies. Like
Oh,
by
yeah.
my like sophomore into my sophomore year, like everything had records, or junior year probably, because I don't think it really started getting heavy into skating shit till sophomore year. But yeah, so it was kind of cool. I don't know why.
Well, I had like Luke LaHaron and like John Fry, like those were jocks that I was friends with. Like,
do you know who John Fry is, Dominic?
That name sounds really familiar, but I don't know.
there's
So he's like-
Jed Fry, John Fry, Jake Fry. They were
Yeah,
I
Jake was
didn't
younger,
know
I
that.
think.
no
Dude, he
Jake was my
builds-
age.
Have you seen what he's doing right now? He builds like life-size Iron Man suits and shit. Like
And
actual.
he does woodwork too. I think he lives in
woodwork.
Reno.
Is that where
actually.
he lives? Okay.
But-
okay.
We don't keep in touch, but I think he hit me up like years ago. He's like, "Hey, I'm in Reno," and then that was it.
Oh shit.
But
Yeah,
you
Mark's
know that
telling me.
whole thing about like
Hang on, I paused.
the,
What's up, Paul?
Oh no, I was just saying that thing. You guys were talking about John Fry, right?
Yeah, John Fry.
Yeah, such a nice guy. I feel so bad because back in my drinking days, I fucking did some fucked up shit back in the day, and I just feel hella bad. 'Cause, yeah.
You snipe his lady or something?
No, not at all. But I went to a party that he had at his house back when I lived in San Diego, and he lived in Corona, I think it was called. And I went to a party and I got hammered drunk, and they hid my keys because I kept trying to leave, and I found my keys somehow in my drunken state by myself, and I got them, and I drove home like wasted drunk. And so like I just remember like his lady like hella hated me, was like, never have that guy come over again, like, you know, just old regretful things. But he is like the coolest guy. Like,
Dude, that whole family, the whole Fry family, another like Rippin' royalty. They were always really good to me. I think Jed, the older one, might have beat me up once, but
that night I left their house. I woke up in between the on-ramp and the freeway, like in my truck. Like I woke up from my blackout, like in my truck, like in between the off-ramp and the freeway, or the on-ramp and the freeway.
what were you gonna say, Dom, about John? You had some input?
no, I feel like I remember that name, John Fry, but
Oh yeah, okay,
was he your guys' age?
Yeah.
He was,
He's
yeah,
like
he
a
graduated
football
with
player.
us.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I really don't know who that is, but that sounds really familiar. Well,
Did you
Rippin'-
have something to say about the dynamic of the?
Oh yeah, well, what I really like about Rippin' is that it's literally a microcosm, and everybody that's lived in Rippin' is related to each other in a way, because you can all relate to like the same experiences, the same people. There's really not that many people in Rippin', right?
Yeah.
So what I've always enjoyed is that when you're a kid going into high school, at least if you're me, you think like there's all these cliques, like the jocks are going to pick on me, the goth kids are going to like not want to talk to me, blah, blah, blah. And then you get there and everybody's friends with everyone. So like the goth kid is smoking pot with the quarterback. Like it's not weird to do that. And I've always enjoyed that about Rippin'. Like I felt like I've got to enjoy meeting so many people from different like social groups.
It wasn't like that.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
When I started high school, like
Yep.
it wasn't like that at all. It was totally separated, totally conflicts all the time and bullshit.
Really?
And then, yeah, until like my junior, I think I heard you guys talking about it whenever I was talking to John, because that's why I had to go. I was talking to John on the phone. And like, yeah, and then like our junior and senior year, it got just like everybody just became friends and everybody hung out and there was no more cliques. And like, even though there was cliques, like we all intertwined with each other, and it was, I don't know, it was awesome. Like by the end of high school, we all partied together, you know, like before we partied separately, and then by the end we all had like, you know, we were all at the same parties. Like it was pretty
That's
cool.
how it all started, because like I said, like with my class, I was still getting beat up by
yeah.
Norteños and Jocks. And then, you know, we had Smoker's Corner and shit like that. But by the time I was leaving, like I was like me and like Jocks were jokingly like competing for girls and then, you know, playing music and stuff like that. And so there was less, like I got beat up a lot freshman and sophomore year. And it was mostly by Jocks and like Mexicans because you had Norteños and Sorteños or whatever. I still think they were Sorteños. How do you say it? How do you say it?
I want to say it like that from now on, though.
Sorteños.
Sorteños, whatever.
It's just there's no T. It's just sounded because the T is from Norteños and then it's Sureños, so you threw the T in on Sorteño. So it's like a half Sureño, half Norteño, like a Sorteño.
Yeah. But there was like when I first was, you know, it was punk versus metal. It was, and me and Mario really like came together on that because we would share tapes, cassette tapes.
Oh, man.
And sometimes CDs, but we would just share back and forth. Like you like this, you know, Metallica did this, and then Black Flag did this, and then the Jocks, like me and the Jocks started talking about girls, and then, you know, I was in the music crowd, and it just like it became a melting pot at one point where. Like prior to me, it was just Jocks and everybody else. It was Jocks and nerds, Jocks and band, and Jocks. And then at some point between me
Jocks
and
Jocks and Jocks and Jocks.
Yeah.
And farmers and Jocks and Hicks.
And cheese on trees. But it did really become a melting pot at one point because it was a small school. So everybody was like, all right, let's all just hang out.
Okay. Yeah, Rippon's got a pretty cool, like, a lot of cool fucking people come out of here. A lot of talented people come out of here.
I think it's in the water.
It is in the water. Look at us. Look how good looking we all are.
I think there's a couple reasons. I think there's a boredom aspect to it, too, to where we like needed to find something to do so we would entertain ourselves by doing music.
You're forced to be creative.
Yes, forced to be creative, make videos, do music, whatever it was.
And so usually with small towns, usually that goes to like drugs, like hard drugs.
That was the thing too. Yeah,
that happened also.
And that happened also.
It didn't happen to a lot of us though, including the 4 on the screen right now, and many of our friends that we know. Like you might have dabbled in it or whatever, but it didn't stick with you because you had other outlets that you.
Yeah, I think we found like a good like you're saying, a good outlet before we found the drugs. Like if we'd have found the drugs, that probably would have been the outlet. Whereas
the drugs would have stopped the outlet.
Yeah, I think the art was the original outlet, and then I think the drugs were to try to enhance it. And then you kind of got caught up with the drugs for a little bit, but then you realize you still have this other thing that's really important on this side. It's like, fuck. For me, that's how it went down anyways. I was just like, dude, what am I doing, dude? Like, I need to get it together. But Dominic I was never like an addict, you know?
I'm pretty sure Dominic was pretty smart and never did any of the hard stuff.
I mean, the hardest I ever got was Coke.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Why you got to talk shit, Joseph? He went harder than I did. Shit, what the hell?
Yeah, Mark hasn't even done any hard drugs.
Well,
really,
that's true.
I just did a lot of this though. So I'm not. Yeah.
Did we ever do Coke together, Dom?
Mark?
No, we didn't. But I know that if we had done it in the right moment, in the right time, it would have been magical. I really do. I actually wrote a skit once to film with you about how you and I are like entertaining dates, and we're like outside and we're like having drinks, just making small talk. And then I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll see you guys in a little bit. And then Joseph follows me, and then it just cuts to us in the bathroom doing Coke. And we're just like, these fucking bitches are so annoying. Like, we just gotta get through this date. Like, let's just go. Let's power through it. Just kept on snorting shit. And then it's like one of those things where like, oh, maybe they'll like stop doing it and then go back to the party, but we just kept doing it. And then eventually it ends with the girls knocking on the door, and we open the door after we've cleaned up and just have like a smear of like across your face. And the girls
That's
like,
a hella good idea for a skit. I love
oh,
it.
it was
funny,
so
dude.
funny, dude. And I just
That's
wrote
a
all this
great idea.
dialogue out of like, what would it
Man.
be like if Joseph and I did coke? And
That's
this
a
is how I
good ass
imagined it.
idea.
That's
So-
usually what happens, though. You go into a bathroom, and then somebody's like, you're like, oh, fuck, how long have we been in here for?
So to be fair, because Don is a movie guy, I have at one time someone was like, "Hey, come to the bathroom." I was like, "All right." And they're like, "Hey, do this with me," and I did the finger thing and wiped it on my gums. And I went, "All right, cool." Like I've seen that in so many movies.
You're
it's
like, I
just
know what to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, bro. I gotta go.
yeah.
Was it
Then I
numb?
went-
Were you-
I
Did
went
you-
swimming.
did you-
I don't know.
Did your teeth go numb? You don't know?
I was already drunk, so it really did not affect me at all.
Yeah, there's no feelings to be had.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it just kind of tastes like aspirin, and yeah, you're numb for a little bit depending on how good it is.
It tastes like aspirin and baby laxative for some reason. That's
I don't know,
because everybody's stepping on
It tastes like regret.
It does taste like regret, very much so.
Depression and regret.
All the money, dude, that went to that
Oh
shit.
my god, I can only
Well,
imagine.
At
Once
the
you pop,
time,
you can't stop. That's why.
what's the statute of limitations again?
It's like
7
8
years.
years.
All right, well then, yeah, at the time, I was like, I was the guy, man. So like, I was just even. I'd go out, come off even most of the time, which is stupid.
But you know that you're okay. So depending on the company you keep, it determines on what kind of stuff you're gonna try, right?
Yes.
My friends, they didn't really want to do anything crazy. Like the
Yeah.
Shockies didn't do anything crazy.
Yeah.
Like Josh drank, but I knew it was just to like socialize and like I don't know if he actually likes drinking it. He might, but
Who knows?
I
what
just always
Josh
interpreted it as him like being able to socialize a little more and like pick up chicks easier. Matt never did anything until recently. He like drinks now, just like normally. And then I can't speak for any other Shockies, but and then John, like he doesn't really do that much crazy stuff either. So it's like, so what am I supposed to do? Like my friends don't want to get high on coke, so I'm not gonna go. But if you guys are down, like we can try it, see what happens. Like
Dude,
you can
so
do that, right?
my
Way to
first
not be the
experience-
bad influence, though. You realize the company.
You got no followers. Just like if you guys aren't gonna like rally around and like get this going, like what's the fucking point?
Yeah, I get it, dude. What's the fucking point? So I remember specifically my first time doing coke because I hated coke for a long. I was like, I don't fight. It seems scary, you know. And we lived at the apartment, and some of my friends would come through, and they would want to do, hey, can I do a bump? I'm like, nah, fuck that. Go in the bathroom or something, you know. I don't want to have you doing that in here. But then over time,
Don't piss
I'm
off
like-
Mark.
and then then over the time, I'm like, yeah, that was it too. I was like, Mark's like anti fucking drugs, so like no. But then I was like, oh fuck it, go ahead, whatever. Like we're adults here, 18. So I'm like, yeah, go ahead, whatever, you know. So then, after like a month of letting like my friends, one of which was a twin at the time, like we kicked it every single day, and so he would always ask, oh, you want some? I'm like, no. You want some? No. Then after like a dozen times, I'm like, whoa, what does it do? Oh, nothing, And I'm like, all right. So then I'm watching him, and I'm like, he seems fucking normal. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like
It's not like he does the
crazy.
coke and he's like, oh.
Yeah, it's not like just fucking like a switch goes off and he's somebody
Yeah.
else. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'll fucking try a little bit. You know what I mean? And then fuck, dude. I remember the first one. I'm like, well, fuck, it's not that bad. Like whatever. It's kind of cool.
Well,
I don't know,
if you're
whatever.
naive to it, like there are like movies and other things that will depict it. Like this dude, like if you do a line, you're gonna be like, oh my god, like your eyes are gonna be super huge, and you're gonna act in a totally different way than you normally do. And I'll be honest, like no drug has ever made me act different than I would have normally acted other than alcohol. That's the only one.
No.
Like every other
Crystal,
drug.
though. Crystal
Well, that's
does
funny.
that.
I had two like mentors in the work industry that would just constantly be like, "You're a drinker. You should do coke because it will even you out. Like you can just drink all day." And I was like, "That doesn't sound like a good idea." Like,
no, yeah, you're like a prime candidate to be a cokehead because
everybody's like, dude, you'll just even out eventually. I'm like, no, I don't want to even out. I want to go to bed eventually. Like, this doesn't sound drunk. Yeah, this doesn't sound good to me. And I was like, all right, this is even more of a reason because I do have kind of an addictive personality. So I was just like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't do this. Like,
smart,
very responsible of you.
Beer and cigarettes,
the smartest idea you ever had.
Probably one of the best.
It's not a real idea. It's not an original idea, obviously.
No, it's not.
No ideas are, dude.
Nonetheless, it's a good idea.
There's no such thing as an original idea.
So, Mark, I didn't know that you hadn't done any hard drugs.
Yeah.
He's like, so why are you so fucked up?
So no.
I had an older brother that went to prison.
I thought for sure that you were on drugs. My mom too. My mom would be like, I know Mark fucking parties, and I'm like, Mark, like all my friends were doing drugs, and like Mark's the only one that doesn't do drugs, and she thought he was the one doing the drugs. But
I also got arrested a lot, so it was fair.
Yeah,
it was.
So fair. Mark doesn't need drugs to get arrested. That's basically.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I need drugs to get arrested.
I need someone to think they have authority over me, and then prove that they have authority over me. That's all I need.
Dude, I remember the one time in Manteca where she was trying to tell you to put your cigarette out.
Put my cigarette out. Like,
no. She's like,
she was the cool one though. She was the one like, all right,
they
just stand over here.
They picked them up in the air and slammed them down, dude. It was hilarious.
Jeez. I think I always just assumed that the people that were older than me and my peers also were like doing like the cool stuff, like dropping acid, snorting coke, and like maybe dropping shrooms.
Yeah, a lot of us
were. I think this is because my oldest brother Nick did all that stuff way before Mario even started, and continues to do anything you could possibly imagine.
Still?
Yeah.
Wow.
Literally anything you can imagine.
Yeah, damn.
Is he like,
I don't think he's ever been presented with something and said no.
I think like Nick, guy, though? What's Nick that and my older brother.
What's that doctor's name? That dude with the dreads and stuff? He's been on Joe Rogan's podcast. He's like a
Dr. Dre.
No, he's a dude, but he does drugs. He does like heroin.
Oh no, I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
I know who you're talking about too.
So like, yeah, is he like that? He just can handle fucking partying and shit.
I think he's done it for so long, and whatever it does for him on a mental, spiritual, emotional level, it works, and it's got this weird balance to it. That he's done it for so long that I can't imagine him not doing it.
Yeah.
Damn.
I got some people in my life.
It is what it is.
But he hasn't like destroyed his life, right?
No, he's always had a home and a job. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like that's pretty incredible.
I mean,
functioning. Yeah,
I don't know how many friends he necessarily has, but I know he like dates girls and like maintains relationships, and you have to have some sort of like you can't just be a complete piece of shit and like have a healthy relationship with someone, you know?
I mean, to be fair though, how many friends do we all actually have? Because
I know, not that many.
I got like
not many for me.
Yeah,
I got a lot actually.
I got 4 right now. That's it, or 3, including myself. I'm my best friend.
I am my own best friend.
I got like a good solid 5.
I got more than enough. I can say that.
I got family too. I got a pretty solid family unit too.
I got more than enough on both ends for sure.
I got my 3 a.m.
family is part of my friends though. That's the thing is like, so I have less friends because I have family.
Yeah. So my Uncle Shane calls it his 3 a.m. club. He's like, I got 2 guys or 3 guys in my 3 a.m. club, and it's like Now it was a 3 a.m. club, and he's like, it's guys that I know if I call them at 3 a.m., they'll fucking answer the phone, you know, because they'll know it's because I don't call at 3 a.m. You know what I mean? So he's like, if I'm calling at 3 a.m., it's important, you know, and they're gonna answer. I always thought that was cool.
I'm not answering your call at 3 a.m.
Yeah, you will fucking never answer the phone ever. Anyway, I have the no answer crew. I'll leave a message and I'll get back to you maybe. Club.
I'll call you at 10 a.m. and be like, what do you want?
Well, I used to say, when talking about you and Mark and Paul, I used to say as like, you know, the difference between a real friend and a best friend. What did I say? I think a real friend and a best friend. I said a real friend will help you out when you need it. A best friend will help you bury a body. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you got to have a couple people that you can.
Damn, I don't know if I have a best friend then.
I'm
still not.
I don't think John would do that, man. I don't think John would help me bury a body.
John would be like,
oh.
You're gonna make
want to call the cops?
You're gonna make me dig a hole? Don't make me dig a hole.
Don't do that.
He doesn't even care about the murder. It's more about the hole.
Yeah, that's too much work.
can we just get a tarp, maybe?
The murder is like
you have like no one else that can do it.
Glosses over the murder.
How long is this gonna take me? You want me to pull money out of my wallet to buy a shovel, or do you have a shovel?
How long are we gonna do it for?
remember when John, you want money? You want me out of my wallet? You want me to give you money out of my wallet?
Would you like some money out of my wallet? Would that make
like,
you feel better?
Keep your money. Like hella makes you not want to take his money. You're like, no, I don't want your money. No. Keep your money. So how's the babies doing?
Good. My son turns 2 on Sunday.
Babies?
Oh. Yeah, my wife's pregnant. She's having a girl in May.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, exciting.
Yeah, I'm fucking stoked, dude. Like, to be honest, when she first got pregnant, I wanted a girl. Like, I just thought, like, for some reason, I was just a little more suited to be a girl dad. Like, I just maybe have the... I don't know. It sounds weird when I say it. Like, have the patience for it.
Tim's a girl dad.
I know.
Can understand.
Yeah, of course.
Tim can understand that.
I'm sure you love it.
So wait, did you say your wife's 8 months pregnant then?
7.
Okay.
So she's due at the end of May, early June.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Cool.
Summer baby.
Yeah.
Summer
Yeah,
baby.
it's been awesome. So we'll have a birthday party this weekend for my son, and then a couple months later have a little girl. It'll be cool.
Whoa, their birthdays be really close together. That's
And
cool.
you said your son's turning 2?
Yeah, he'll be 2 on the 10th.
What's his name?
Rocco.
Rocco?
Yeah.
That's his,
Rocco's Martin Life.
Yeah,
that's his, like,
ROCCO.
name?
Yeah,
ROCCO.
Rocco.
I think
Risso.
you know who else?
Does he have a middle name?
Benton. Her mom, or I'm sorry,
Rocco Benton Risso. That's a pretty cool ass name.
Yeah. Her, my wife's dad and father and like brother, like basically it's every firstborn male to any male in the family will have the middle name Benton.
Okay.
So
Cool.
her dad's the firstborn male, he's Benton. Her brother's firstborn male, Benton. Rocco's our firstborn, so he's Benton. And then it's just like a tradition within the family.
Nice.
But yeah, it's been really fucking awesome, man. I really enjoy it, and I love being a dad. It's so weird.
Knowing you the way that I know you, you always were a dad and a husband. Like to me, like you were like totally fit. You totally fit that role. Both of those.
You were always a dad and a husband to Paul.
I felt like I was always just his dad, but I also felt like I was his husband.
It's like I was his husband, but also his dad. You know,
that's creepy as fuck.
I think that's the next.
Either way, but
I think that's the next skit, boys.
I missed this conversation, but Tim and I were definitely dating back in 2001. So
yeah, we're still dating, dude. You know what else we watched? We watched the. That is part of the dude. When you had Michael Harkov on the Dom Hates John, I think it's like episode 2. I think
it's the last one, the one with you,
dude. Oh, it is a lot, dude. It's so fucking good. We just watched it the other day,
dude. It's one of those things that it's not funny to anybody that doesn't know Michael Harkov or know at least of him. You know,
I don't know. Emma,
who's Michael Harkov?
Here, you can't hear them, huh?
He was a year ahead of me,
Oh, you don't know Michael Harkov? You're missing out.
His brother was a little older, Matt Harkov.
He's
I
hella.
don't know.
He's
Oh,
They had
hella.
an older brother. They have a sister too, or something. Was there a whole bunch of them?
I think there's just the two guys, and their dad was like a football coach for a long time.
Okay, that's probably why I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark's not a
Michael
jock,
Harkov's a great guy.
Yeah, Michael's awesome guy.
but he treats
He's like the
Dominic
Justin
like shit
Timberlake of
in a
Ripon.
bad dream that he's having.
Justin Timberlake? Oh, I'm jealous.
He always
I want-
looked like
I
Justin
thought I was the
Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake. Damn it.
You're like
No.
the Boondock Saint of Ripon.
Damn,
I'll
what
take
a
it.
compliment.
I'll
That is
take
a
it.
compliment right there.
That's a pretty good compliment. What's up? You going to bed?
I thought I would be like the Roscoe.
Dom,
Just like kill the cat.
Oh, you know what I was gonna say? Robin Noble's son is named Rocco also.
Yeah. I like that name a lot, and it kind of keeps our tradition of like this Italian name to
Yeah.
a white guy that doesn't look Italian.
No, hey, I'm an Irish guy that doesn't have any Irish in him whatsoever, but I got Irish tattoos and an
so
apostrophe
fucking
in my freaking
disappointing,
last
man.
name. Hey,
Dude,
but my
the
family,
Lucky Charms tattoo. It's just irrelevant.
that's cool. Our family has we have a tradition similar to your wife's family. It was TSO.
No, that's the wrong one.
So everybody after my grandpa was a TSO, all his kids, and then all my dad's kids except for my youngest brother. But I'm Tim Scott. My brother's Taryn Shane. My dad's Ty Samuel.
Oh, nice.
And who
That's
else?
a cool tradition.
So when I had kids, if they were boys, I had names picked out for boys. But I don't know. We ended up.
Mark was one of them, obviously.
Well, I had Bailey. So when I had Bailey, the whole relationship wasn't good with fucking Becky either, you know. So I wanted to just pick two middle names because I was like, me growing up, I had my name and nobody else had my name because it had a Y in it, right?
Yeah.
So it was cool. Like I was like, I'm the only one. Like I'm the only one. So for my girls, I gave them two middle names because I thought that would kind of help them be the only one. Because growing up, it was like every fucking girl had the middle name Marie. You know, every fucking
Or
girl's middle
Ann.
name was Marie or
Elizabeth.
Ann, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, see, Marie. My sister's middle name is Marie. Everybody. So I was like, for my kids, I think it'd be cool to have them have two middle names. You know what I mean? Who says they can't have two middle names? You know, fuck it.
It's awesome.
So yeah, I got two middle names.
So
How old is Bailey now?
20. She's gonna be 20.
Jesus Christ.
oh my god.
Yeah, she's older. She's gonna be older than you were in some of those videos we were just watching.
That really puts shit
Wow.
into perspective. Wow.
Yeah, it does. That's crazy.
Because she was like 4 when I moved in with you guys, maybe 3, and that was kind of at the end of my like fucking
We're old
drugs,
as
like we were talking about
fuck.
earlier.
We're hella old.
Well, speaking of old, because Bailey was
Good night.
Good night. I love you. Did you have fun? Sorry.
Good night, Sarah.
you.
All right, Sarah.
Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.
Love you.
Love you.
So we were on tour when she was being incubated or whatever the fuck it's called. She was in the belly, and then so where did we play in New Mexico?
Oh,
Segue.
New Mexico.
What was the record shop called?
It was right up the street from the college, and the record
was
shop was called. I actually have that paper somewhere.
It
Where
was
are
an
you at?
Animal.
Where are you at exactly, Dom?
So I live in Rio Rancho, which is 15 miles outside of Albuquerque, which I'm sure is
Okay.
where you guys were at. Is Albuquerque?
Yeah, I think so.
Is Albuquerque
I'm looking
the
it up
biggest
right
city in New Mexico?
I feel like it was called the.
Yeah,
Toy Box.
it's the main city.
It was an animal name. It was
And you're 15 minutes away from that?
Yeah, I live in like basically the Ripon next to the Modesto.
That's where I'm at. I'm Carson City next to Reno. So
Yeah.
basically, actually, Reno is the Stockton of Nevada.
Damn. That's
It's
pretty
dirty.
bad.
Sucks, man. Yeah, I wish I would know which music store that would be because I feel like if it was there when you guys performed, it's probably still there.
Yeah, I think it might be.
And if
So
it's
it was
up the
like a
street from-
record store / comic
It was
book store?
21 years ago, so who knows?
Who knows?
I just know that a lot of those small businesses in Albuquerque are still there. Like
I feel like it was called Pig pig something.
Mm.
No?
Maybe.
Two
I know
pigs in a
that there's a
blanket.
music store on the street you're talking about, but I just can't remember what it's fucking called.
Like the college is at the bottom of the street, and then the road like kind of is on a hill. I kind of
Yeah. Yeah, it's all really fucking hilly.
Dude, we made so much money. Tim and I made so much money at that college because they were having a Christian like retreat during the day we were there, and so Tim and I skated down with our CDs and merchandise, and there it was a bunch of like teenage kids who eventually snuck out to see our show at this record store. And we're like, we're not Christian at all. And they're like, no, we want to come see it. Okay, sweet.
Nice.
We got
They're
kicked
like,
off campus too. Security guards like, you guys go here? We're like, no. Like, what are you doing here? Like,
Yeah.
selling CDs, bro. Like, you can't do that. He's like, all right.
That
And
is
there's
like
like
the
a-
most poppin' spot in Albuquerque.
Oh, okay. There's like a Taco Bell / Pizza Hut like combo place.
Yeah, that shit is still there.
So we're just like right up the road on the same side of the street is where that record store was. Across the street, I remember a place was called like Saks, and I remember arguing with Scotty about whether it was Saks or Satches or something like that. And I think it's Satches. It's SACHES, and it was like a like those trendy thrift stores. We
Like a boutique or something, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a boutique. Yep. But I remember going to that.
Pretty positive it's still there.
I remember going to that to the Pizza Hut / Taco Bell, and they were like, they had a little pizza warmer with like mini pizzas in it, and they fucking were like, they took a whole stack of them out, and she was like taking a Sharpie and like crossing them off. She's crossing them off and like restacking them, and then she grabs the whole stack and like sets them in the trash can, and I'm like, what are you doing with those? You know, and we've been eating fucking top ramen for like a week. You know, I'm like,
well, no, to be fair, we were eating Taco Bell sauce packets.
oh yeah,
great.
Yeah, and shrimp fucking cup of noodle and
yeah.
So it was food, real food, right? Real food.
Yeah.
So then we smooth talked her. We said if we give you autographed CD, I don't know. So we ended up trading them merch, and we got all those pizzas. It was fucking awesome, dude.
Tim was I don't know if he still is. He was a smooth talker though back then.
Yeah.
I've been married.
They
for 15
were
years,
taking
bro.
them to the dumpster, and we're like, please don't do that.
Yeah, she like put them in a bag and then like was tying the bag up, and I'm like, where are those going? You know, I'm gonna go all back in the store. I think that's what I told her. I'm just gonna go out back and fucking pull them out of the dumpster. You might as well give them to me, and I'll give you some shirts and CDs for it.
Like, don't make this weird.
Don't make this weird. But no, dude, I don't. Mark, my smooth tack. I don't even watch my YouTube videos, bro, but I use that same fucking skill to fucking slang access to my websites, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Just shameless self promotion right there. Whatever.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
They're gonna have to go find it. Nobody knows. I didn't really share my big channel with anyone. I wanted it to do its own thing. Because like on my first channel, I'd share it to my friends and on Facebook, and then people would watch it and be like, "Oh, this is weird," and then click off, which makes YouTube think the video is shitty. You know what I mean? So then it's like it was weird. So with the next channel I started, I was like, I'm not gonna really tell anybody about it. I'm just gonna let, because my friends aren't the people I'm trying to fucking make videos for, anyways. You guys don't want to watch me fucking learn how to paint or how to run.
Well,
a business.
I do, but
You still watch
it?
We all do. We all do.
Well,
Man, I
you
love
have a
you.
certain demographic, and I'm probably not in it, but I still enjoy the videos.
Yeah, I love
dude,
the newest one you
I
showed
try to
me
make
is
them
fucking
entertaining to where it's like fun to watch a little bit at least.
The,
You know
the
what's
last
funny?
one was hilarious, where it's just like, unpainted or whatever the comment was. That was hilarious.
And I just well, yeah, because that's the best part is like with these shorts, you put a short out and people just talk, they go viral, right? So then there's like 1,000 comments, and most of the time it's people talking shit. So the funny thing is I can just spotlight them talking shit and then troll the shit out of them, you know, like they're putting themselves out there for me to troll them, you know. So like I just do. I'm like, all right, I'll unpaint the house, run it in reverse. You know, it's got like 7,000 views, dude. Like,
Genius.
and people are like, oh, that sounds like a lawsuit. You're gonna go to jail if you do that. I can't believe how immature you are. Unpaint the house. How much does that cost? And I'm like, you guys are fucking idiots. Keep putting your dumb comments in so this video just keeps going viral, you know?
Yeah.
But the other half of people get it. They're like laughing. They're like, "Oh, dude, you're a fucking genius," you know. So it's just funny. Like, I don't know. It's interesting.
like
It's a good
Mike
creative
Haddock.
outlet for me too. You know,
Oh yeah.
it's a creative outlet that makes money for me. It's not a lot, but it's some. You know, it's doing all
Hey,
right.
More than yeah.
Dominic, do you remember that Andre Nicotino poster we had in the front room?
Yeah, I actually have a picture. Of
Yeah,
me
and then
posing
you,
next
yeah,
to it.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
I
so
love
good, dude. And to this day, I'm like shocked that more people don't talk about Andre Nicotino. Like, why
Yeah, a
doesn't
lot
he
of
come
people
up
don't
in
know.
conversation more often? Like,
He's
why
so
doesn't
underground.
anybody?
He is.
Yeah, it's that
Because he's-
underground, right?
Because he like doesn't want to be not underground, so it's like he stays underground.
Yeah,
He
I don't
doesn't
know. I
want
just
to be
think
popular.
the world
He's
would
in
benefit.
Tahoe all the time, at least once a year or twice a year.
Man,
Yeah, I read
fool's
an
hella
interview.
old.
I read an interview about how he loves his popularity level because he can still go do whatever he wants and not have to worry
Oh,
about people
yeah.
bothering. But he still like makes plenty of money and does plays plenty of shows.
Live like a
So-
comfortable life.
So
Yeah.
not to brag about my analytics, but I'm gonna brag. Check it out. I don't know if you can see that, but these are my views in the last 28 days.
2 million.
Oh shit! Damn.
Whatever,
2.8.
dude.
I'll probably
lot.
crack 3
2.8?
million tomorrow. Yeah. So the last 28 days I got, and it's just a combination of like all the videos. I got a couple that are like doing really well right now. So like, I'll pull up the little analytic deal here and show you. So
Oh wait, so 2.8 is all time, and then what underneath it is that how much in the past 20 days or whatever you're saying?
So 28, I've gotten 2.8 million views in the last 28 days.
Wow.
Throughout my whole, so on like that's combined through the whole entire
I won't
channel.
talk to you right now, dog.
And then like a couple of my really popular videos right now.
Hang out right
Like
there.
I don't know if you can see it, but it's got like 1.3 million. And this is a 28-day like cycle. So that's 1.1 million, 93,000, 57,000. And then I did a fucking Dominic, I did a sponsored thing for Bear Paints.
Oh
And
really?
They paid me like, dude, they
So
paid
good.
Me, dude, they paid me so much money, dude. It's crazy.
The
That's
video is so
awesome.
good.
Dude, for a
Oh,
5-minute
send it-
video, dude.
Send
It's
it
really
to
cool.
me. I haven't seen that. I want to see
All
that.
right. Yeah, I'll send it to you. Are you subscribed to the work channel, the work one that I do?
I am.
Oh yeah. So that's on that one. There's a couple like I guess like
That
a
one
week
really
ago.
impressed me.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, that's fucking awesome. I love that kind of shit. Like, I always think about like, how can I fucking get this particular brand to just pay me some money to like talk about their product? That's
Just
like
ask
the
them.
ultimate gig.
Just ask
Yeah,
them.
it is.
You know?
I'm trying to do that with this. Yeah.
Dude, Dominic, for reals, dude, I'm hella down to help you if you ever want to do it. And nowadays it's so easy. It doesn't even matter if I'm in Cali and you're over there. We could totally send shit back and forth through Google Drive or we transfer or whatever, you
Yeah.
know?
Hell yeah.
Like Joseph and I will just upload shit to YouTube and then he just rips it from YouTube, you know, like bootlegs it, you know? And then you could just have it's like a storage place for stuff, you know?
So, how do I send a picture? Is there a way to send a picture to this group chat? Probably not.
Oh, let
Private
me
chat?
see. How could you? So, okay, are you on your computer?
Yeah.
So if you go to down in the bottom of the screen, there's like a screen with a plus sign in the middle. It says share. Maybe if you back
Oh,
out from
yes.
full screen. So click on that.
Oh, yes. And there's slides.
So you can. There's a couple different options. You can share your screen, or you can share the tab, or you can
Wow,
share like
cool.
a file.
Oh,
So
this
you
is
just-
fucking cool.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
just
let
creep
me
around.
send
Figure it
some
out.
pictures to you then.
I love this too because like Mark and Joseph are becoming a little more tech savvy too throughout just starting this little
Yeah,
podcast.
that's
you know?
awesome, dude.
It's
I'm
like
not.
just little things, you know, like sharing your screen. You know, like Joseph like didn't know how to do it at first, now he knows how to do it. It's just like something you would have never really had to learn how to do. And that's kind of what I
Yeah.
meant earlier by just starting something, the unintended consequences of learning something you weren't anticipating learning. Almost like
True.
dating that toxic girlfriend. You had to do that to learn. Like nobody could just
Oh,
tell you. All your
totally.
friends could be like, "Hey, bro, she's toxic," but until you realize
Oh
it,
man,
Yeah.
but it's almost like you
That's-
have to go through that, right?
you have to make
Yeah.
those fuck ups.
So that's like what I say about just starting. Just you don't know where to go with the video. Just start recording something. And you know what I've realized is just stories. Just tell a story, even if it's a minute long. You know, beginning, middle, end, easy. I wanted this. I went and got it. I got it. Boom. Ta-da, hero shot. Oh, we lost him.
Oh,
He'll be
boo.
back. He'll be back. He'll be back. So what happened? Mario beat up a guy?
Yeah, it's I think it's a story John told me about. Dominic was like in a bar and some dude was talking shit to him and Mario like knocked him out.
Sounds about right.
Dude, to be fair, I saw him fight in high school, and you know how like actually fighting seems like it's a lot longer. Like, so it was Mario versus somebody else.
I think it
And
was John Romero. I think I remember this.
But it was like the fight was like a minute long.
But that's a long fight.
But that's a long fight. And I was just like, holy shit, dude. And yeah, Mario knocked a dude out in high school. So
Dominic,
that's why I'm proud that I actually strapped on gloves with him and kept up with him.
Is there
doing that gives him. He has so much respect for you because you did that, and he'll probably always remember that you're that guy who did that.
Yeah, he beat me without a doubt. I did the same thing with Tim. Tim was like, "Dude, just stop," and I was like, "No." And then both of them.
Mark always would win in fights because you're like, dude, I don't want to go to jail for murder, so you win. You know what I mean? Like,
basically, I was just like,
I hate you and no reason die, dude. I think
so you're giving up, and they're like, yeah. And I was like, all right, I win.
John was telling me the story about when Mario knocked somebody out, like in a bar that you were at with John. Do you know about this story?
Yeah, it was at the Rippin' Inn.
Uh-huh.
Or no, I'm sorry, Main Street Inn. And it was
it's always going to be Rippin' Inn.
Oh, I know. I never went to the other bar. There's no fucking point.
We're walking home from the inn, you know.
Exactly. The inn is where it's at. Yeah, we were there the night before Christmas Eve, so there were so many people from out of town, like as much as you can imagine. Like maybe all of us were there. I don't know, but everything was fine. Everything was going fine, and then Mario and I were like talking next to the bar, like the corner that like pointed towards the bathrooms. We were in that little area, and we're just talking, and this guy walks in between us, and he bumps into me and like shoulder checks me. And I'm like, this kind of stuff never fucking happens to me, and it's never happened since. So anytime this happens, I'm like, wait, what's going on? What's happening? And sure enough, this guy wanted to fight, and Mario said to him, was like, hey, excuse you. And the guy turned around, he's like, what, you got a fucking problem? And this guy's like a foot shorter than Mario. And you know that Mario is just waiting for a reason to beat the fuck out of someone. So he looked at me and he smiled and he said, what do you think, Dom? Do you think I got a problem? And then I just like remember just backing up a little bit so he could fight.
John said that
I knew where it was going to go.
John said that he said he hit him so fast and so hard that it seemed like the guy fell to the ground before he even made contact, because it was just like when you get knocked out like that. He said it was like so fast that the guy was just like plop down on the ground. Like it seemed like Mario didn't even like hit him yet, and he was already on the ground, just like.
I remember that guy getting knocked out super quick and not being a part of the fight at all, and then his friends started like rushing Mario. So I think there was like two guys that were trying to fight Mario.
Yeah.
And Mario was ready, and he was like trying to just like get his like sense of like, okay, where is everybody? And it's so fucking crowded. It's so chaotic. He ends up backing up into the pool table area. And you guys know Ben Taylor? He's really blonde.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds familiar.
He's like younger than me.
Yeah, I know who that is.
He's like our friend. Like I consider Ben a friend. And he like tried to grab Mario to just like pull him away from it. But Mario thought somebody was like attacking him from behind. So he just reaches behind and just punches Ben right in the ear. And then he like realizes that it's Ben, and it's like you can't really say sorry in the moment, so you're like, get back into the fight. And then he ends up grabbing one of the bar stools and is just like holding it on his arm and like trying to like back people up. And these guys are trying to fight him, and he's like trying to like get to a spot where they can fight. And then one of the guys that was going after him, Naomi, his wife, Mario's wife, found out about all this and found the guy and jumped on his back and started punching him in the head.
Damn.
Jesus.
So his wife was like in the fight, and then Mario saw like, okay, my wife's got that guy. I'm gonna get this guy, and then started fighting some more. They eventually got pushed out into the street. They're trying to fight. These guys really don't want to fight. From what I was told, they were the kind of dudes that would like start fights with people at Main Street Inn because they knew that the person would say no. So they were never looking for a fight. They were just looking to be an
Bullies.
asshole.
They're bullies.
Yeah, bullies. But they didn't realize that Mario will fight you if you want to fight him.
He's always ready to fight.
Especially if it's got nothing to do with anything. And Mario interpreted it as somebody
they bumped into you.
his little brother.
Yeah.
So obviously
exactly.
anything family related, you
It's a
will
great reason
get
to
killed by Mario.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So it's a win-win for him. He gets to beat the shit out of somebody, and he also gets to protect his family. And his wife is like completely turned on by the whole situation.
I did so fucking awesome. I love it. I love how like you're like, ooh, fucking Naomi's like,
dude. I fucking hate fights in any way. I never want to get in a fight. I'm so lucky that I was born so fucking tall because people don't want to fight me.
That's awesome.
Just because I'm just too fucking big.
We got to reach to you just be like,
I just
know it hit him, you know.
I think I just always look like I'm annoyed, so people are just like, "Nah, I would never try to fight that guy."
Well, I was gonna say,
to fight me.
Does your face and your smile doesn't piss people off?
I'm sure it does, but
why would
I don't know.
Face and his, I don't understand.
Well, that's why I get in fights. People are like, "Why are you smiling?"
Yeah, why are you so happy, man?
Yeah, quit being happy in a bar right now.
I catch myself being like this a lot for no reason.
Yeah, and nobody wants to fight that.
Yeah,
and nobody ever fucks with me, and I'm all like,
never.
Oh, that's
you ever have somebody ask you what's wrong, and there's nothing wrong? You just like look like you're mad.
Yeah, I'm just like walking like this, or like, what's wrong? I'm like,
that happens to me at work all the time.
See, that might be because we carry some of that stress from back in the day. The old
yeah,
days.
I'm sure it's stress. Yeah.
Mine is that
but I'll be like totally fine.
A minute.
Yeah, that's
like
exactly
my brain is like, you know, in the cartoons when they fall and they hit their head and there's like birds going around. Yeah. So my head is like that, except for there's like, it's completely filled with stuff. It's just like
there's like a lot of birds.
Yeah, it's just they're all these ideas and things that I want to do and things that I have to do, and I'm like, Oh,
so
I smoke weed, and then I'm like,
Joey, JoJo Jr. and Timo, have you guys ever fought at Main Street or Ripon, whatever it's called?
No, I haven't fought. I haven't been in a legit fight since I think with you. I think the last real fight I was in was with you. The last time I punched somebody, it was you. I think, and last time I've been punched was probably by you.
There.
I remember it was I already moved to Nevada, and so I came back, and then Mikey Hendricks and Chris Beaver were both at Main Street, ripping in or whatever it's called, and there's a long story behind it, but Chris Beaver wanted to fight me, and I was like, dude, I don't live here anymore. Like, there's no story between us anymore. And I know Chris Beaver can fight. And so, but Mikey's in my ear like, hey, dude, you can beat him. I was like, no, I can't. He's like, but you have to. You have to. He's calling you out. You have to go fight him. I was like, no, I don't. And then finally, I was like, fuck it. All right, we're going to go to the middle of Main Street. And luckily the cops showed up and broke it up because I was like, I'm about to die. And so luckily I didn't have to fight anybody that night.
I remember Chris Beaver was no joke. He was
like a martial artist. He was a really good skateboarder. He was athletic, but I was just like, dude, I can't do this. But Mikey in my ear is like, yeah, you can. I was like, maybe I can.
That's bad
So-
advice.
Yeah, so we go in the middle of the street, take our shirts off, circle around us, ready to fight. Cops show up. I was
Damn,
like,
you got saved by the bell.
yeah, thank God, dude.
Thank God.
I was like, I'm walking away. Thank you guys. Thank
It
you,
would have only been
officers.
2 hits.
Yeah,
It's hitting you, you hitting the ground, bro.
That's an old
So-
dad joke. But
I'm gonna take 2
whatever-
shots.
2 shots.
Isn't that what is that?
I forget. I think he
Oh,
says
it's Bob's
3.
Burgers. Bob's Burgers. That's the
no,
one that
it's
I'm thinking of.
knockaround guys.
I've never watched Bob's Burgers.
Knockaround guys.
Hey Dom,
That's a
I
great
asked
movie.
I asked every guest and my 2 best friends this question all the time for like the past 12 weeks, and I know neither one of them have made an effort to watch this movie that I really like and I want them to watch.
Oh, I did.
You did.
I just didn't want to tell you because
You didn't like it?
Not at
Oh,
all.
really?
What is
have
it?
you ever seen a Feudal and Stupid Gesture, Dom?
Oh, I told you
Oh,
about
yeah,
that. What
I've
are you
seen
talking
it.
about? Come
What'd you-
on.
Oh, I love that movie.
It's fucking cool, right?
It's really
Yeah.
fucking cool. I
I
love
tr-
how
I
there's
tried
all
to
these
like
people
it.
playing like these famous comedians.
Yes, dude. See, that's the thing. I was like, I didn't know how to classify it. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
like a bio documentary, like narrated
Yeah,
fourth wall breaking, like I don't even know what to call it, dude. I'm like, it's fucking cool.
it's
Like the
fun,
concept
yeah.
is really awesome. Like the
Yeah.
movie itself, right? Like, I mean, it's whatever, right? It could have been shorter or whatever, but like the way it was delivered was fucking awesome, dude. There's nothing
Yeah.
like it. There's nothing else like
Yeah.
it. And that's why I love it so much. And
I like it, and I like the National Lampoon history and all that.
yes, dude, I had no idea. I like literally love all the movies, right? Watched all the movies several times. Like
No,
I'm
you haven't.
involved. Like
You're a liar. Have you ever seen Blackball?
No, but I've seen all the movies that they talk about in this movie. I've seen all of those movies.
That's the problem. Is it became a brand, and then they started
Oh.
just making,
Whatever. They
The,
suck.
the brand did
Mark
diminish.
knows everything. Mark's right. I'm an idiot for even bringing this up. My bad, because
Well,
Mark
I
knows
know
more
that,
about
because-
movies that nobody cares about or ever saw.
Well, Dom probably knows more than I do, but
not about this crappy movie that you're talking about. Let's go ahead.
No, I really do enjoy that movie, and I think, I really like Will Forte. I think he's super fucking funny. And
what you like MacGruber or whatever it's called?
yeah, I love MacGruber.
I did
MacGruber's
not like
hella
MacGruber.
funny.
And The
Oh,
Last Man
man.
on Earth. Yeah, that shit's
I
funny.
like both of those. I love The Last Man on Earth.
Oh, and also
I'm
Will
gonna get
Forte
back to
does this recurring character on Conan where he plays Ted Turner.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Dude, it's so fucking funny. I love that shit. There's like a 25-minute video on YouTube of just him on his buffalo.
yeah, I watched
Oh,
that.
it's so
It's
good.
awesome.
I love it.
I have to fucking look that up.
A
dude.
great
Ted,
character.
Ted Turner's the guy who made TBS.
TNT, TBS. He's the owner of all
Yeah.
that. Turner
TBS is,
Broadcasting.
Turner Broadcasting.
Yeah.
He's like
Uh,
dirty.
yeah.
He like did hostile like takeovers, right? Of all the
Oh
networks.
yeah, no, he's a ruthless, gutless
Yeah.
guy, but he got
Like
shit
he bought
done.
the company and was like, all right, I just own everything. Now I'm gonna change it all up.
He's like
And I
a,
was what the
Yeah.
one of those like classic cutthroat CEOs that like just fucking plays by his own rules and is just
He's like a
kinda nutty.
Vanderbilt.
Kinda
that's
nutty.
What Vanderbilt did, man. Once
Him
Yeah,
and
built the bridge.
Vince McMahon just like
Oh man,
kind of just stole some shit.
he's a person.
Have you watched?
He's a
have you watched the
megalomaniac,
new-
for sure.
Sorry, go ahead.
What?
What did you say? I'm sorry.
I know. Go ahead.
Oh, have you watched the new MacGruber show? Is that any good?
I haven't seen it yet, but I really do
Okay.
want to watch it. I
Yeah,
like the movie. And
I'm gonna have to
skits are-
rewatch that shit because I remember watching it back in the day, but I don't remember liking it, so I'll have to.
You gotta
rewatch it.
like that guy. And if you don't like that guy, you probably won't like MacGruber.
I mean, I like
Yeah.
Will Forte. I love the fucking Feud on Stupid Gesture. I love that.
I watched the first 30 minutes of it and I was just like not interested in it really at all. I tried though. I did try.
And
I
can
love Letter-
really understand why you didn't like it.
I love Letterkenny though. That was another one that you guys told me to watch. That one was fucking
Letterkenny's
dope.
hella
Yeah,
funny, dude.
I
That
like that
fucking
show, too.
show is hilarious, dude.
I think
Or
it
I
went
could-
too long though. It went too
Has it-
long.
What about Winning
Letterkenny?
Time? Have you guys seen Winning Time or no?
Oh yeah, I've been watching.
No, I
it,
haven't
man.
watched it yet.
Oh my god,
Such a good
I
show.
fucking love it, man. It's so good.
Winning Time?
Yeah, it's the one about Magic Johnson and the Lakers in the '80s and
Lakers.
Jerry Buss. It's
I gotta
hella
write
good.
shit down, dude.
Kareem.
You know what I did watch recently was the Malice at the Palace. That shit was fucking
Oh
cool.
yeah, that was
Dude,
good.
yeah.
Guess
That
it was a
whole
while ago,
Yeah, I
that
remember
whole
that.
series on Netflix, right? Was what was it called? But they did separate sports events. The hockey one is the best one.
30 for
About
30
the
stuff. Or?
Thrashers. No, Malice in the Palace. They did. I forget what it's called.
It was
I've
I've
good,
never
though.
heard of Malice in the Palace.
Oh, it's like the biggest brawl in the NBA that's ever happened, where like fans got involved and they got punched in the face. It was fucking
Jeez.
crazy.
It was crazy.
It's like
dude.
it's like the darkest moment in the NBA of all time.
What's it called? The winning game, you said?
Yeah.
Winning Time.
Winning
Winning Time.
And then what was the
So-
other one? Oh, McGruber. I gotta catch
Dom,
up
you
on
should
it.
watch that documentary about Malice in the Palace though on Netflix. It's
Yeah, I
super
want
good.
to. I will.
It's really good. Even if you're not like a big basketball fan, like it's super interesting.
Exactly.
'Cause it was,
Same
like,
thing with
there was
Winning
a-
Time.
There was a lot of shit going on behind, like that, like brought it to what happened. You know what I mean? Like it was a
Yeah.
lot of shit, like behind the scenes. That a lot of
A
people.
lot of
didn't
shit
know
that
about.
nobody knew about, that they didn't show. Like a lot
Yeah,
of
they
footage that they
back
had
in the
that they
day.
never released because they didn't want people to see what really happened, and then they released it and it was fucked up.
It was fucked
Basically,
up
a
how it all went down.
mob of people just basically fucking against two basketball players. Like it was hella
Yeah,
fucked up.
It was
Jesus
fucked up.
Christ.
Even
So-
afterward, like ruined their lives, man.
The Netflix series I was talking about is it's called Untold.
That's
Oh,
what the
yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's
so
what the Malice from the Palace is made from.
Yeah,
It's
and they did,
Untold Malice from the Palace.
Oh, is-
Caitlyn Jenner, which
Yeah.
is actually a pretty good episode as
agree.
well.
I
but
agree.
but the Thrashers was like a mob-owned hockey team.
Oh,
It-
the
it was-
Thrashers. The Thrashers. The Thrashers or what? Dude, that was a cool one, dude.
Let me
Yeah.
just get this. Let me just tell you guys this Caitlyn Jenner's joke real quick. So, did you guys know that Caitlyn Jenner works for Fox now?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, they have two Tuckers now that work there.
That's a reach. That's a reach.
We're canceled. We
I
just
love
got
that shit, dude.
I love that joke.
I need
so
more of
much.
that shit.
so horrible, dude.
It's so simple yet effective.
So, all right, before we close it, I think we're gonna close it up soon. But I want to know: is there any juicy stories from your wedding? Because I know you got all you fucking knuckleheads are all together, dude. I know there's got to be come on, give us one good juicy story from the wedding.
Did John bang all those prostitutes that he was saying that he?
What?
The male, all the male ones.
Why
would
was
hate
I
to
not
see-
invited?
I would hate to see what the prostitutes look like out here.
Brad Beard.
I would hate
They
to
have
see
more
what
of
the
a 5
prostitutes.
o'clock shadow than me.
I'm so mad I was invited. I would have fucked some prostitutes. Let's go.
I mean, always, right?
Christ.
Um,
No, you wouldn't have. You're a liar. You're getting married in
Nah.
a fucking couple of months, anyways.
oh yeah, when are you getting married?
When was his wedding?
You know what's funny? I got married like August 2019, and then the pandemic happened like 3 months later.
Oh shit.
So I lucked the fuck out. I was just like,
You didn't have to
thank
deal with the
God.
pandemic. Yeah.
No, we went to Mexico afterwards for our honeymoon and had a great time. And didn't
Yeah,
have to
what
worry about
part?
shit. Yeah, Puerto Vallarta.
I went there. It was nice.
So good,
I loved
man. It's so nice. That's where they filmed Predator.
Really?
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Yeah, in those jungles, we went ATVing and we were just like off in the jungle. And our tour guide was like, well, just let you know, like they filmed Predator here. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Like we're in the jungle where Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Dude.
That's an
heck
alien.
yeah. Did you
Yeah.
tell your brother? Hey, tell Arnold I'm
Yeah,
in the
dude.
jungle.
All
Oh,
I
dude, it's so bizarre
went
that
to-
he met Arnold Schwarzenegger last week. Like, what's
yeah,
that?
that's awesome.
Damn, just last week?
It was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks
Yeah, a
ago.
couple
Wow.
weeks ago.
Cool.
I
he got,
wanted
like-
to go with him to that event, but he ended up going with his
Arnold.
wife.
Because it's like
How
his.
close? How close do you guys live to each other?
Oh, he's
He's over here by me.
a few miles away.
Wait, Mario?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
he's
I thought
in
he
New
lived
Mexico
in
as well.
Monterey or some shit.
Oh no, he's lived out here for
He's a New Mexico firefighter, dude.
10 years.
I thought he's in like Monterey or like Discovery
Well,
Bay or
He
something.
was. They did live in Monterey, and then they moved to New
Okay.
Mexico.
All right.
But yeah, he
Yeah, I
lives
just
like
looked on
a few miles away. He lives pretty close. And my
So you guys
dad
see
too,
each
he
other?
lives on the street. So we what?
Do you guys see each other a lot, or
No, not as often as you'd think you would, being that close. But he's a firefighter, so he works like the craziest hours. And I work 9 to 5, and he also it sounds so stupid, but like if he has free time, he's fucking working out. Like, there's no stopping him.
what do you do? What do you do for a living now?
So the title sounds so stupid. I'm a cost I'm a cost analyst at a construction company.
Well,
So basically,
Sounds like a cool ass title to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Fucking
It's-
nerd.
It's so nerdy. It's so fucking nerdy. And I work with like the nerdiest dudes you'd ever imagine. And I still consider myself like kind of cool. Like
you're
I'm
cool.
a nerd and I'm doing nerdy stuff, but like I'm on podcasts and I talk about movies.
Yeah.
and-
You're way cooler.
yeah. But no, basically Intel is building facilities to make more microchips in America.
Fuck
And in this
yeah.
particular project in New Mexico, I'm helping facilitate the costs that go into building all this shit. So if someone comes up, it's like, I need to build this semiconductor fabricator, and it's going to cost $30,000. I just have to make sure the numbers match up.
Damn, that
And then
is so nerdy.
Send it to Intel, and then they're like, okay, here's your money. And then I just keep doing that every fucking day.
Yeah, that's dope.
I know.
It requires very little thinking, and it's literally just making sure numbers and words look right. And then the spreadsheet looks good, and then just send it
Sounds
out.
like a pretty, even though it's not like a lot of things, sounds like a big responsibility though. Like if you fuck up, like that's a really big fuck up. That's what
that's
I'd
the
imagine.
thing is that you would think that, but in my particular position, if I submit something and somebody doesn't want to approve it, it goes back to my manager because he signed off on it to send it out in the first place.
So you don't even have to.
I could
worry about
basically, I'm never in charge of any physical money, and I never agree to anybody getting paid anything. So I could never be held responsible for anything.
Beautiful.
But you're just throwing around money. You're just like, yeah, this.
Well,
money.
no, what I'm doing is I'm being a middleman between the subcontractor and the person who's funding the project. So if a subcontractor who is an electrician, he's like, I can do the electrician work on this building for $30,000. And I was like, okay, that's great. The subcontractor said he'll do this for $30,000. And then they're like, okay, sure, pay him. And then they pay him.
Wow.
So I literally have nothing to do with it. I'm literally just talking to the client for the customer.
Not like a good ass job.
It's a middleman thing, but it is a good position to be in because I'm not actually making any decisions.
Tim and I
I'm just
could
making
never
sure it
afford
works.
you.
No, that's awesome. That's interesting.
I wish I could throw $30,000 as a bid and afford you to be like, this is what this guy wants.
Well,
I'm just trying to figure out how to launder money. So basically, you tell them, you tell Intel it's going to cost 45. You peel off 15, split it with the manager, and now we're fucking cruising, bud.
It's
Hey,
funny
so-
because if a package was worth $30,000, they would fund it pretty quickly because the bigger packages that they're funding are like upwards of 300 million.
Oh,
So $30,000 doesn't mean anything to them.
Oh, dude, that is out of control.
Hey, if you ever need flooring or tile or anything at one of your jobs,
Yes.
hire me and Tim. Let's
What
go.
a great
course.
position to be in where $30,000 doesn't mean anything. Damn.
Right?
That must be nice.
You know what's crazy is that
I won $1,000 today. That meant like the world to me.
dude,
You want
the United-
1,000?
I won 1,400.
What?
Yeah,
what?
playing
United?
Keno.
Check this out. So you said that Intel does deals more like 300 million, you said?
Yeah.
And that's like on a daily basis, probably, or weekly, monthly basis,
Yeah.
something like that. So check this
just
out.
for this particular project.
Dude, the United States of America bought Louisiana for at the time the equivalent of $340 million. And it like doubled the fucking size of what is that?
That was today.
On your
Oh
phone?
yeah, dude.
I took a picture of it.
Can I borrow a couple $100?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I'm glad
Can
you won that.
you want to go get some Coke? That's what it would have been. That's like 10 years ago, like how that
10 years
conversation
ago.
would have went.
Coke
Maybe
and
15
Anything-
years.
Anything over $1,000. It's always cocaine and strippers.
Shit,
Yes.
not
Let's
anymore.
go.
Fuck.
Bottle
$1,000
hot
Used to
you
be.
get a fucking fridge full of groceries and some gas. That's about it.
$2,600. First time I ever won $2,600 is like one of the biggest wins I ever won. That was exactly what we like, straight to the Coke dealer and then straight to the phone to call the strippers, like literally
Smashing out of Jackson.
in that order. Yeah.
And then we get the
Didn't
stripper.
you hit a sex spot in Carson, right?
Yeah.
It was like diamonds or whatever, right? Oh
I
wait,
get
that
No,
was,
it was Keno. It was Keno.
I
Oh,
get
I
Keno.
thought-
I hit Keno
remember-
a lot.
I thought it was the time when you hit in Jackson, and then we came home.
Yeah,
and we got
that was a
strip-
different time.
And we got strippers,
Yep.
and the strippers were so bad, we kicked them out and went back to
Yeah.
the casino.
Yeah.
And they were so confused. They were like,
They
"But we're
suck.
not done. You haven't paid for the." We're like, "Whatever. We're gonna."
We're
bounce.
like, we're
Go back
good.
to
Yeah,
the
just
casino.
here's the money. And like,
Here's
just
the
get
money.
out of here.
Fuck outta here.
Yeah, they suck.
Fuck yeah.
They hella suck, dude. They were the worst.
Like one of them was not hot at all, and she was the one doing all the stripping. And then there was one that was pretty hot, but she was like, it was like her first day on the job, so she like didn't do anything. Like
Didn't
it
know
was
what
just so
to do. Shit. It was
yeah,
weird.
it was so lame.
It was lame. That was my like only experience with strippers. Well, I guess I had a couple other ones, but
No,
It's never a
had-
good experience.
that
had
time when we had
hidden
the strippers, that's
camera.
what- no,
And-
but
Yes.
so I missed out on that. I got fucking
Oh, you
deserted
weren't
in
there?
San Francisco by my psycho fucking girlfriend at the time. Yeah, because she's like, I'm like, hey, you can't fucking be here because we're throwing a bachelor party for Mark. It's for Mark Sutton. We're throwing a bachelor party for Mark Sutton. And then she's like, oh yeah, I'll be cool about it. But she was not cool about it, dude. And then it turned into this
What-
whole thing.
It
and
was
something-
it was like Brian like hid a camera in the
no.
tissue box or something.
Brian fucked it up. So it was at the time we were installing low volt. We had these little intercom, like back in the day, we used to wire them up and they go in the house on the outside. It was like a ring, right? A ring doorbell, basically, before ring doorbells. So we had a whole bunch of these. So anyways, we hooked it up. We like jerry rigged it to where it was like a hidden camera to where getting strippers is recorded, right? Because Mark, when we wired it to Mark's VCR and everything, right? So the whole thing, right? They're fucking there. And we tell everyone, hey, here's the camera, so don't block it, you know? So everybody's like, no.
Oh, someone threw a coat, huh?
No, Brian fucking got up on the fucking thing and like set his beer down. And the fucking beer bottle sat right just in the way enough to where you couldn't see anything.
The whole
you
time.
You could see stuff, but nothing that you could see. Everything you wanted to see was behind the beer bottle.
So
And it was like, oh, fucking like, 2 hours of this shit. And I
So I
wasn't
got
even there.
So I got hammered drunk that night. The strippers were there, and apparently I was trying to finger them in the asshole whenever they were like dancing on me. And so like I don't remember this at all. It's just blackout drunk. And so me and Tim are kicking it.
Just finger them in the asshole should be a name of a band.
So me and
without a
Tim are kicking it the next day with these girls, cute ass girls, I remember. And Tim and I was young, so this kind of shit like really embarrassed me. Tim's like, "Oh yeah, last night he was hella drunk trying to finger strippers in the asshole." Like just telling these like super hot girls that, and like that's like I was just so embarrassed. I remember, and Tim was.
Why you gotta be a hater, Tim?
I wasn't
Well,
being
see,
a
this is
hater.
the thing. He wasn't
It
being
worked.
a hater. He knew what he was doing, which he was trying to get the conversation in a sexual
Yeah.
to a sexual place so we could maybe, hook up with these girls.
Leveling it up. I was getting the ball rolling.
Exactly.
Dude.
But back then I didn't understand that at all. Like I was just like super embarrassed, but he actually kind of like actually worked. Like it was like they like were interested. They thought it was cool that I was trying to finger the stripper in the butt. Like they were like
back in the day when Mark and I would like kiss to get girls to kiss, right? Like I'm not gay. I don't want to kiss him. But if a chick and another chick are like, we'll do it if you guys do it. So I'm like, fine. I'll fucking kiss him or give a fuck, you know? It's like one of those things. You gotta play the field, you know.
I just remember being kiss your friend. I was so mad at you and so embarrassed.
Let's bring
the thing is, I would never intentionally cock block you, right? I'm only gonna fucking always try to get you laid as your friend.
I didn't understand that at that point, so funny, but I understand it now. But back then, I was so embarrassed, man.
Just doing God's work.
And we were so different back then. Like I was super like punk rock, fucking loud, you know, and Paul was super like gangster, quiet, chill, you know. It's so funny. It's so weird how we became such close friends.
That's I would walk in with Reese just naked to a party. Oh yeah. And Reese is no longer like that, but
no.
I just be like, and this was like 15, 16-year-old Reese. That's ridiculous. But just be like, hey, we're gonna go to this party. Let's just take our clothes off and get this party started. People did not like that.
You know, people wanted
they did not like that
fucking time, dude.
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking serious right now? You're naked? Yeah.
Yeah. We're naked.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
What was that? Where was the party at that we fought the whole town, basically?
Did you fight him naked?
No, but Andrew and Mark were naked, and that's kind of how the whole thing started. Fucking,
they had a swimming pool. I didn't want to wear clothes.
And basically, Mark wasn't getting naked to be gay. Mark was getting naked to get chicks to fucking get naked. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it wasn't. And then trying to explain that to a bunch of drunk dudes that have a problem with naked guys for some fucking reason.
Well, if they're drunk and they're being, their manhood and their ego and their what's it called? Their like hate of what do you call it? Their homophobia. Their homophobia is on extra high alert with the alcohol mixed in. You know what I'm saying?
And so they're already struggling if they're actually gay or not themselves.
Yes, so exactly.
Like, fuck, dude, I like that dick, but I don't want to talk about it.
Fuck. They keep wanting to look at it for some reason. God.
Like, don't
we actually won that fight. Like,
no, yeah, we ran them off.
Rippin', it was me, you, Andrew, Dennis,
everybody. Zach,
it was like
Langmar, it was a whole bunch. Everybody
there was like less of us and more of them, and we're just like, nope. We're not going to let
Funny thing about that night, dude, is I literally still have an injury from that night. So when they were leaving, there was like a Ford Ranger, a white one, and it had a snug top on it.
Tim, I want to tell a story. Tim was trying to kiss a girl at that fight, like on the other side of the fight.
Yeah.
He was like,
while the fight was going on?
Yeah.
I was trying to get one of the chicks to stay.
He was basically like knocked on the window. Hey, just stay here. We'll be fine.
I'm pretty sure I kissed her. I think I did kiss her, actually. I was Casanova back then. But anyways, as they were leaving, everybody's like punching and kicking their cars and shit. And then I go to like punch the snug top, but there's no fucking snug top. So like my arm just like cases out.
What's a snug top?
Like, a truck, it has like the flat lid on it. Like some trucks will have like like my truck is open, right? You can throw shit in the back of my truck.
Okay.
Well, snug top is like a little lid that closes on there, right?
On the bed?
Yeah, on the bed, like it lifts up and closes.
Okay.
So I thought like at night as they were pulling off, it's dark. So I went to like punch it, right? And then it was just my arm like went straight through, and then like I fucking like full force hit the edge of the truck like on this part of my arm and like fucked my arm. It still is fucked up to this day. Like I'll hit it and it's like, oh God, it hurts so bad. So I don't know. But that was like probably the last time I really was that violent, because like every time I be violent, something bad really happens, and I'm like, I don't want to do that anymore. Kind of like the Cody story. He's like the last person I really punched, and I was mad,
Can't solve anything with violence.
I don't think so.
We were young kids at that time.
We were young kids.
But we also had they left behind a dude that was like on the spectrum. They just left him.
Oh, they did?
And we were like, all right, you're going to hang out with us. until we get you a ride. So we were also shitty people at that time, but we were like, all right, well, we got to take care of this person right now.
We're just trying to have fun. Hey, dude,
Yeah.
hey, Dominic, were you there when John got ran over by the car?
No, when that happened, I had just moved to New Mexico after I graduated high school.
Because you moved
Damn,
to
how many friends of ours have been ran over or hit by a car? That's crazy.
3 of mine, I guess. Reese,
John,
and Mark Sutton.
and Austin Shockey.
Austin Shockey and Mark Sutton got
that's
shot.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't know that Austin Shockey got hit by a car.
He got hit by like an undercover cop. He got a lot of money for it too.
How long ago was that?
And then he wasted his money.
Long time ago. Who doesn't? We all wasted our money.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I did mine incrementally at a gram at a time.
You never had money.
I never had money to waste either, but I still wasted it all.
Marijuana. I had lots of money. I just spent it all on marijuana. Stupidly.
Of course.
All right, guys. Want to wrap this up, or what do you guys think?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That was a good
Dominic,
one.
I love you. Freaking awesome to talk to you.
That was great, dude. It was a
I
great
love all
episode.
you guys. I'm so glad you had me on.
There's some gold on here. You want to come on again? Let us know, man.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
I know we really only scratched the surface. We have a lot still to talk about.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I mean, we have so many memories, but yeah, I enjoyed just talking to you guys and seeing you guys again.
Yeah, if something
All right,
comes
you
up,
guys.
we're gonna I think we're gonna hop on tomorrow night with Josh Johnson. You remember Josh Johnson?
Yeah, the Bizarro version of Reese.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Josh Johnson.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's the best, dude. And you know,
He is
cool
a great guy.
I'm interested to he was a concierge for like 12 years at like the Hard Rock Cafe. And he's got some cool friggin' stories, dude. Like he's met
Oh, I
famous
bet.
people. And like a lot
Yeah,
of
I
cool
follow.
people.
I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I always see his crazy stories. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy! Like,
Dude,
it's
he's
always
got a
getting
cool
into
life,
something.
man. He's got
Yeah.
a cool. He made a ton of money selling that shirts with his high school fucking ID picture on it.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah, dude, he's
The
a
best
Like,
picture
oh.
ever.
He's
I want to
really
say
is.
that. I just want to say that was my idea. First of all, that's all I got to say about that.
Oh, you're still in that?
I was
That
the
was his
original of
idea.
that. I
I'm
was the
pretty sure
original
that was his
idea of
idea.
that.
All right,
Yeah.
bring your ID next time with Josh tomorrow.
No, but it only matters because I think whoever talked Josh Johnson into taking that picture, and then Joseph convinced him to put it on a shirt.
I was the one who was like, dude,
okay.
that should be a shirt. You should have a shirt with that picture on it. That's like the greatest picture I've ever seen. That's what you should like. And then and eventually he did it. He made it into a shirt.
He did, and he sold it and made a bunch of money. It's fucking so
It's
cool, dude.
fucking funny. That's awesome.
He was like a
All right,
meme.
y'all.
He was like a meme before a meme was a meme.
He really was.
For me,
He was pre-memeable.
All right, episode 12, a success.
All right, hold on.
No,
I teased this last week, and I never done it though. But I'm gonna do a giveaway. So Cash App, fucking Venmo or whatever. I don't know these apps, but here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. If you guys tune in and watch, I'm trying to get more subscribers. Whatever.
Well, there's 4 people watching. We got 4 people.
I just love how you're like, whatever the fucking apps are. I don't know.
So basically,
I
I
don't-
want to
I
give
don't
you
know
away
what the fuck-
money. So
But-
like, share, and subscribe to be entered, and we'll pick a random winner next week.
Yeah. So if you guess how many beers I drink during the live stream, which is tomorrow with Josh,
Okay.
I will send you that amount of money.
Oh, all right.
There's 16 ounces. So that's like a beer and a half.
Well,
$1.50.
that's what I'm drinking tonight, but I might.
So wait,
need to
how
get-
does it work? So let's say you drink 15 beers. What does that equal? How much do you send how much money do you?
$15?
Okay, all right.
$1 a
So
beer.
Fair
If
enough.
you guess it
So
right.
what if 10 people comment 15 beers?
Oh, well, that's up to you, right?
Well,
You know how
I
to
say
do
we
that.
pick the very first one that we get, and I'll throw in 15 on there too,
All right.
Okay. So
or whatever
everybody-
whatever the number is. I'll throw
Alright.
in money.
Yeah, I'll probably drink more. Well, if it's only 2 hours.
So let's say
So-
Mark drinks 16 beers, it's going to be $32 because I'm throwing in whatever he throws in.
No, we'll make it $56 because I'll throw 15 in too. Whatever.
Okay, cool.
15
All right.
times 3 is 45.
All right, let's do it.
All right,
Good
dude.
night, y'all.
Hey, Dominic, thanks for fucking being here. And
Dominic.
talk to you soon, bro.
Love you guys.
Love you
Thanks
too.
for having me.